Welcome to the second day of the International Conference on Sports and Education. I would like to invite Professor Dr. Volkan Altıntaş to welcome you.
Good morning. I hope you feel better than yesterday. It was a bit tiring day, but it was really fruitful and interesting topics we discussed, especially today's sessions. We will be reaching from different regions in Europe stream, and we have also distinguished guests face to face. I would like to also tell about something about today's afternoon session. We will have two parallel sessions. If you really interested in, it will be really important topics we will be discussing. So I would like to welcome all distinguished participants, and I would like to give the floor Roberto, maybe say something about second day, and we will be watching all day closely. Thank you very much. Welcome again.
Good morning, everyone, and we are ready for the second day. It's going to be another day full of contribution, distinguished friends, colleagues, professors, and also contributors from the field in sport education and tourism. I hope you're going to have participation from any interaction like yesterday, but even more than yesterday, because at the end of the day is what matters, is what the connection we're going to have, and maybe the future possibility for projects, academic papers, training opportunities, and moreover for students with the follow-up of what we started yesterday, because the student challenge was kind of new for someone, but in our opinion was a great success as well. Thanks again for all the organizer, all the people that are behind this amazing conference, and I don't want to take more time, and thank you for being here.
To begin the first session, I now invite the chair, Professor Dr. Cengiz Demir, to the stage, along with the speakers Melih Kayacık, Dr. Semiha Cemli.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our session. Now we have two valuable speakers in this section. First of all, Mr. Melih Kayacık, Manager of Tourism Director, İzmir Metropolitan Municipality. And our second speaker from Spain, via the online connection, Dr. Semiha Cemli, Deusto University. And they will talk about spectrum of sports tourism. Yes, I now give the floor to the esteemed speaker, Melih Kayacık.
Hello, thank you for welcoming us here. Dear participants, first of all, I would like to welcome you to our city. I would like to also extend my gratitude to everyone involved in this organizing event. İzmir, renowned for its historical and cultural heritage, also stands out with its broad sports potential across various areas, ranging from outdoor sports to water sports. Today, I will present a detailed perspective on the opportunities İzmir offers in the field of sports tourism and the efforts of İzmir Metropolitan Municipality to further develop this potential. Sports and tourism as complementary elements foster peace and understanding between societies. Sports events bring people from different cultures together, promoting cultural interaction. The spending of tourists attending these events contributes to the overall economy of our city. According to the world's leading tourism and sports organization, 30% of global tourism revenues generate from the sports tourism. This percentage, based on a total tourism income of $476 billion annually, amounts to $152 billion. According to the data from the TURSAP, 66.5% of participants prefer sport-centered vacations and travel to the destinations as spectators and or participants in events. In İzmir, international events for various sports disciplines such as Gran Fondo, Wings for Life, Marathon İzmir, and European Under-18 Men's Basketball Championships are held. The most significant of these events was 2005 Universiade, which left a lasting mark on the city and made significant contribution to the development of its sports infrastructure. Therefore, sports tourism not only increases the length of stay and per capita spending of tourists, but also presents an important opportunity for promoting the city. Izmir's favorable climate enhances its potential to attract tourists throughout the year and ensures the sustainability of sports tourism. One of key areas that comes to mind when talking about sports tourism in Izmir is water sports. The city has 66 blue flag beaches along its 629-kilometer coastline. Alaçatı, known worldwide for water sports like windsurfing and kitesurfing, is a prime destination. With its magnificent sea and year-round runs, Alaçatı has become an ideal center for these sports. Alaçatı has gained international recognition by hosting championships such as Vakkorama Water Sports Championships, Turkey Windsurfing, and the ICSE Fin Foil Slalom European Championships. The region offers both high-quality accommodation facilities and training centers for water sports. The economic benefits of sports tourism are contributing to the growing tourism potential of the area. On the other hand, for those interested in cycling, Izmir stands out with the Eurovelo 8 bike route. The Izmir section of Eurovelo 8 covers 17 districts, passing through historical sites and ancient settlements, connecting to the islands of Lesbos and Chios, to the ports of Dikili and Çeşme, and extending from Pergamon to Ephesus. The 500-kilometer section offers a variety of attractions such as summer tourism, agriculture routes, local cuisine, and hospitable communities, while hosting 17 ancient cities. Investments made by Izmir Metropolitan Municipality under the Eurovelo project, including paving, bike maintenance units, and repair centers, strengthen the infrastructure and make this route more attractive to both domestic and foreign tourists. As a result of these comprehensive efforts, the Eurovelo Cycling Tourism Conference was held in Izmir in 2023. The Izmir Sports Summit held this year brought a new vision to the entities, raising awareness among young people. Izmir's sports infrastructure holds significant potential, particularly with recently renewed Alsancak and Gürsellaksel stadiums, along with the Bornova Aziz Kocaoğlu Stadium, Tire Gazi Mustafa Kemal Atatürk Stadium, and the Atatürk Stadium, one of the largest capacity in Turkey. At the Departments of Sports Medicine Clinic of Ege University in Izmir, sports injuries are diagnosed, treated, and rehabilitated, while pre-season health checks for professional athletes are carried out to reduce the risk of injury. Additionally, physical activity and exercise programs are offered to promote healthy living and prevent chronic diseases. And also the Asian cuisine, which is suitable for healthy living and athlete nutrition, offers a nourishing diet made up of olive oil, fresh vegetables, seafood, legumes, and grains. Olive oil, rich in healthy fatty acids, helps balance energy levels and aids in the post-exercise recovery process. Leafy greens and local herbs are excellent resources of fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Fish varieties, rich in quality protein and omega-3, support the muscle development and accelerate post-exercise recovery. Additionally, e-sport tournaments held in Izmir have become a major attraction for both amateur and professional players. E-sport tourism, especially popular among young tourists, contributes to the city's modern tourism concept. In August 2024, the largest e-sport event in Turkey was held at Fuar Izmir, where the best League of Legends Team of Year was determined. The Green Destination and GSTC Global Sustainable Tourism Council certification efforts led by Izmir Metropolitan Municipality also promote sustainable tourism efforts. In this context, the municipality aims to make Izmir an eco-friendly sports destination by integrating sports tourism with environmental protection efforts. Efeler Yolu is one of the most significant examples of this sustainability of efforts. Efeler Yolu passes through 28 villages and has a length of 500 kilometers. It was created to protect Izmir's natural and cultural wealth and promote rural development. It's also an important project aimed to increasing Izmir's rural tourism potential and was listed among the top 100 stories by Green Destination in 2023. Izmir stands out as a city that can best utilize its potential due to its natural and cultural wealth, modern sports infrastructure, and ability to host international events. Sports tourism not only increases Izmir's international recognition, but also revitalizes the local economy and contributes to sustainable tourism. Further development of this potential will ensure the lasting success of Izmir in the tourism sector and enhance the city's prominence on the international stage. Thank you for taking time and welcome to Izmir again.
Thank you very much. We can get the questions to our speaker, Melih Kayacık. I would like to start by my question. Mr. Melih Kayacık, do you know Izmir has a good organization experience in 2005, organized university games. Did you remember?
Yes, I remember.
Universiade.
I was 21 years old, a student in Izmir, and all the young peoples were interested in that Universiade. All the students in Izmir will take part of that organization, and it was really necessary that the city was full of young peoples, full of university students, and too many tourism professionals. During Universiade in 2025, I remember that I saw too many tourists in my city, and I also see that too many young peoples with their families have come to Izmir, and it was a very, very good organization for Izmir. The mostly it's a tourism city.
Yes, I remember. I think municipality of Izmir create a village.
Yes.
Did you remember?
Yes. Olympiad villages.
And I just wonder, do we have enough accommodation facilities to support sports tourism during today's in the year of 2024?
Yes, I believe we have got to accommodation facilities also in city center, like big hotels, and also in Çeşme. The accommodation facilities are really good for the tourists because when they come to hotel, they will have good services. In city center, you can go for walking or shopping or drinking some juices and having a food. The hotels are in the city center. And also in Çeşme, the weather is fine for all the year, and the accommodation facilities have high standards for the tourists.
Okay, thank you very much. Do we have any question? And before asking your question, please introduce yourself for our audience here.
Okay, good morning. My name is Maria Cristina. I'm the Vice President of Miravans NGO, the President of NGO Berlin. First of all, thank you very much for your presentation, because personally for me, it's the first time here in Izmir. So I didn't have the chance to make a tour, and thanks to your presentation, I did it virtually, thanks to your words. I've been many times in Turkey, but it's the first time here, and I think we have a lot of similarities with the place that I come from, which is Sardinia. Like the culture of welcoming, but as well you talk about culinary traditions and especially also the creation of events. My question is how much effort is putting the tourist directorate in improving the laws, is not to say tourists, because this is such a hot topic for us. So I would like to know what are the strategies, and in case if you are open to do a project together for boost the economy during the low season by using events, as you said, especially sport events? Thank you.
Thank you and welcome. For low seasons, İzmir tourism stands on cultural tourism. And the weather in İzmir, we have got 300 days without raining, and most of them with sun. So we have stands out with cultural tourism. Efesus, Bergama, but in the city center, Agora, Kemeraltı, and Yeşilova, the main strategy of tourism depends on culture, and gastronomy tourism is supporting this cultural tourism. In low seasons, making organizations like this sport tourism, a conference, and other organizations, we want to promote still. These organizations is a way of promoting the city that you see a small part of İzmir, and to make a plan for your holiday to İzmir. You see some parts of İzmir, but I hope you will plan a holiday and vacation to İzmir for 4 or 5 days. And you will need at least a week to discover İzmir. At the north side, at Efesus, and then coming to the city center, you must visit Foça, Genoese Castle, and the Foça district. Then in city center, you will find too many attraction points for shopping, for gastronomy, and then you will need to visit Urla, Efesus, and Ödemiş Bilgi. Also, in last years, Bilgi and Şirince was selected one of the best tourism villages by United Tourism or World Tourism Organization. And these two villages are offering a location which you will feel historical, which you see the historic houses and authentic houses there. So in these low seasons, making international organizations, congress, this is a way of promoting city. And also we are promoting İzmir as a cultural destination with these ancient cities for these low seasons. In summer, İzmir is too hot, and we have got too many sea, sand tourism options. But for autumn, winter, we are planning to promote İzmir with its cultural heritage.
What else? Any question? Thank you very much, Mr. Kayacı. Our second speaker from Spain, Deusto University, Dr. Senya Chimli.
Hello, good morning. Thank you very much for welcoming me, and thank you for this beautiful organization. I was listening to our previous speaker, Mr. Melik Kayacik, and it was really, really interesting. I will follow up a little bit, but from another side. So I'm going to present first with my presentation. Okay, so I'm going to follow up with, as I mentioned now, as some issues that I'm going to mention now are related to some of the words of Mr. Melik, like related to international events, the sustainability importance of to the economy, etc. So I would like to go through the main categories of sports tourism first. Going from the event sports tourism for the spectators to active sport tourism participating to activities, which is also related to some additional categories, as we can see in the soft adventure sports tourism or extreme sport tourism, where people also are going to go specifically to participate. The nostalgia sports tourism, which is actually attracting lots of tourists to go and visit some areas in the world, specifically to see a stadium, or to visit an area where we had Olympics games, and then the luxury sports tourism for exclusive golf vacation, for example. But we will have another example later about not specifically golf, but luxury tourism, which is directing themselves towards using sport to attract more tourists or to change their own concepts. Just a little overview, although we have had already a short overview about sports tourism. The simple definition of the United Nations sports tourism is a type of tourism activity which refers to the travel experience. So we are talking about experiential elements here of the tourist who either observes as a spectator or actively participates in the sporting event, generally involving commercial and non-commercial activities of competitive nature. It is a very important industry nowadays, and we are seeing so many changes according or related to this sub-industry. It's one of the fastest growing sector in tourism. It ensures around 10% of the world's expenditure on tourism. The compound growth rate is around 17.5% from 2023 to 2030. And at the same time, it is promoting the pillars of sustainability, focusing on the social side, on the economic side, and then the environmental side. But a little further than sustainability, it focuses also on legacy. And this would interest very much certain cities, as when we talk about legacy, we are not talking only about making an sports event to bring people. We are bringing people that they are going to impact somehow on the destination, leave their fingerprint there, or change something, or maybe bring more knowledge, or transform somehow the city or the region. We have many examples like this of regions which are focusing on sustainability and now focusing on legacy, and events are somehow behind this, and sports events mainly are behind this. Some of the most popular cities for sports tourism, according to the statistics in summer 2024, Boston, Barcelona, Japan with Sumo, Liverpool, London. So these are some of the most important ones, and through the years also, not only in summer 2024. In terms of global sports tourism market, here there are the same figures that you have here, but one is split in football or soccer, depending on which region we are in, cricket, motorsport, tennis, and other. And you can see them by colors here from 2022 to 2032. The most important is that we are moving from 2022 in $511 billion into 2032 with a compound annual growth rate of around 16.8%, which is enormous. So this industry is very important. We are going to talk about some trends. I didn't go to, let's say, theoretical trends. I made it in a way that we could see some concrete examples. But before that, what is behind these trends in sports tourism? We have the increased health and fitness awareness. We have people themselves, and sometimes the cities also are behind this. Sustainability and well-being focus, the sports popularity and global events, which are making people move from one country to another specifically to watch or to participate. The rise in adventure and experiential travel, as I said earlier, which has been, let's say, one of the consequences, the beautiful consequences of the COVID. So we started going more on adventure, on more rural areas, etc. And this has an impact on our trends also. The government support and investment when we have the governments involved, especially for those cities which are moving from car-oriented cities to more sustainable cities with better types of transportation, etc. So people, they move into cycling, for example. They have more spaces for cycling, and they move from cycling on their normal days to cycling and more hiking and more activities and mountainous activities, etc. So the government does a lot at these stages. The social media influence, technological advancement, and we're going to see some examples later, and the economic growth and purchase power. So all these are bringing up, let's say, the trends that I'm stating today. First of all, one of the main trends that has been seen is the adaptive offering. So we are adapting our offer. Many businesses are actually adapting their offers to these new types of tourists, or to the growth of these types of tourists. Here I have the example of the Hilton Grand Vacations Club. This is it has been at the beginning wholly owned subsidiary of Hilton, and it's located in Florida, and they have completely changed their business plan, their business model. So right now what they are doing, they are focusing more on sports tourism, and they are providing a unique sports-related experience. I put here the different steps that they go through for, any tourist who wants to go to the Health Insurance Vacations Club. They will pick the sporting event that they want to be in, and then they will decide their own timeline. They will book the accommodation, they will plan the itinerary, and then they create their own personalized package list with the different activities that they want to do. So it was not at all the idea of the Health and Grand Vacation when they've started. So these are new changes. Second, racketeering. I put sport in bracket, not to understand it differently. So everything which is involving a racket. So here we can see some good example of newly built spaces like the Marbella Club Paddle, for example. They have made specifically attracting tourists to play and to organize their own special events. We have also the most epic prime tennis events in the world. So organization of specific targeted events to specific type of sport or to an activity that people they come and they participate in. And here we have the pickleball in paradise. Also, it's another example where they show their potential tourists what they can do exactly there. And actually, the main picture, this is taken from the website, and this is the main picture. Different tourists sitting together because it looks like a team, like a sports team, but it's not. It's simply a tourism product. We have the athletic adventure also. I put again here the same facts that we've seen, the same figures that we've seen earlier, just as a reminder. But for the adventure tourism global market report, we have a compound annual growth rate of 20.4%, going from 23 to 28. Again, very, very appealing market. Some hotel groups and hotel chains, they are focusing on this. Like the Accor Hotel, for example, in summer 2024, they are focusing mainly on summer of sports in the context of Europe. Here we have some of their words. Accor in 2024, more travelers will combine their passion for recreational sports with their love for travel enthusiasts and increasingly traveling to participate in marathons, half marathons, triathlons, and actually we are seeing them being organized, but everyone has, let's say, the focus on that from the side of the industry. So awareness of the importance of the sector. POB hotels, there are not many. They are in the UK. There are not many, only between 50 and 54 accommodation. And they have made a report to see the importance of well-being and outdoors activities as one of the main trends today. Okay, it's we will do cycling to focus on well-being. We are going to go to adventure, focus on well-being, outdoor activities, etc. So they've made this survey, and I took one part of the survey to just share it with you today. They were asking which of the following types of wellness activities would appeal while on holiday. They have made it with 246 number of participants to the survey. And if you see the outdoor activities, they are 45%. So accounting a lot for what the tourists they are looking for. Of course, there are other elements which are directly related to digital detox, for example, to getting away and going into sports and well-being and outdoor activities. Haiti, it's in the here we are moving to winter sports tourism, and they have mentioned that they say we've seen a 58% increase in long weekend bookings. So now all their focus, and this is another move from the industry, aligning with what people they are asking. They say that you can still have your enjoy your ski, but in a short weekend. So they are seeing lots of bookings on weekends, which has not been before. Here we have some examples of the most popular ski weekend holidays that they are offering, and then we go into some hidden ones, which are the less popular ones, and they are all offering nowadays the long ski weekends. What's next? Not to be long, as we have promised to keep on the time. I'm going to talk about mainly 2 points. First, as this conference is about sport and education, I wanted to highlight that many universities, higher education is aligning themselves to this move of the importance of sport and sports management and sports tourism, linking them to events, linking them to many other topics in education. And here I give some examples. In our university, for example, we have the soccer management, European football, which is part of the CDA program, just mainly for specific groups of students, and soccer in Spain, identity and society. And there is another very interesting BA, which is offered by Les Roches, which is specifically on sports business management. And this they go through specific program related only to the field. Going into what would be next, let's say, which is appearing in many other fields, the virtual reality technology that would allow to explore and experience the actual sports destination. So we can use it. It could be used positively or negatively. For now, what exists on there are simply gaming, which are allowing you to ski or allowing you to do to play within those destinations. But the destinations themselves, they can go into that move later, into using them to promote and make a kind of experience for the tourists pre-arrival, for them to choose what types of sports they can go into. So I'm going to stop here. Thank you very much. And if there are any questions, you're more than welcome.
Thank you very much, Dr. Senya. Any question to our speaker? Okay.
Volkan Altıntaş is speaking. Hi, Samia. Thank you very much for this
pleasure.
really interesting presentation. Actually, I would like to one specific question because you did many research, I know, from academia. And you lived in Asia Pacific countries like South Korea. If you compare that region and now in Europe, lifestyle and so on and so forth, many details inside. If you recommend one research topic, what it could be after this very detailed presentation, or do you have any idea or any project ideas? Thank you.
Thank you very much for this question, Volkan, and thank you very much for the invitation and for all the organization. Actually, I was thinking about this, especially that it's been mentioned at the beginning by our moderator, Dr. Jenkins, mentioning that we may open up to research projects. It could be very interesting to go into this the sports tourism and higher education could be one field of research. Very interesting, seeing how how the move is being done, or then go into also technology and sports tourism. We can direct ourselves towards another way, which I have mentioned earlier, not only sustainability but legacy and sports tourism destinations. We can even go into more in depth focus on specific regions of the world, which are under the classification of the most sustainable regions, which are actually promoting a lot of sports tourism. And then we can go through a benchmark and bring out good policies or good strategies.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Samia.
Okay. Another question. Okay, Samia, I would like to ask a question related to our Turkish tourism. As an expert, you mentioned most of us will engage in sports tourism at some point in the future. As you know, Turkey is among the top 10 destinations in the world by hosting 50 million tourists, more than 50 million tourists. Well, what should we do to support sports tourism in Turkey in order to increase our share in the world? What do you think? What should we do?
Yes. First of all, Turkey is one of the most beloved countries in my heart. So it is very, very appealing and very attractive destination. And that's why I guess it is one of the top 10 destinations in the world. I would think that linking culture to sports tourism for the case of Turkey would be very engaging for people and very appealing. We have the image of Turkey with the culture. We have the image of the attractiveness that we see. Sometimes even for non-visitors, they see through induced images that are provided through film tourism. It could be the link to make a synergy between these two. So an event, a sports event, or even educational event like the one that you are doing now, bringing experts on the field. Then we can go into an event like we can see in several destinations having, as I mentioned earlier, a marathon or even a small event, sometimes managed by regions. It means regionally managed, not nationally managed. So we can start with smaller ones. Events would attract a lot, and this would push also some tourists to go to one region and then end up in another region of Turkey that they want to visit, which means that they are going to enlarge a little bit their stay in the country, more spending and more interesting for the destination. This is just the first idea that came to my mind. I mean, relating the cultural part of Turkey to sports tourism. So I think it will be very attractive and appealing for potential visitors, especially those who are like completely on sports tourism and mixing with a beautiful country that they wish to visit. So they will be ongoing.
Okay, thank you very much.
Can I add one element here?
Okay.
So when I spoke about film tourism earlier, why? Because we have seen Turkey also taken advantage of film tourism to enhance the brand image. Then if we are moving into events and sports tourism, it could also play on the same, aligned with this element. And then it will be, and that's why I spoke about synergy. So we're going to have two types of images, induced images from events and from the cultural side, which is proposed and which is announced in most of the part of film tourism, playing together into enhancing the arrivals of tourists and the good quality of arrivals of tourists also.
Okay, thank you very much. If we don't have any question, I would like to close the session. I take note of our speakers and participants and organizing committee as well.
I kindly invite the chair of the second session, Assistant Professor Nils Sonuç, to the stage, along with the speakers, Professor Dr. Mikail Tuanoğlu, Mr. Erdinç Ergün, Mrs. Sinem Soygül, and Mr. Akın Aykut.
Hello, distinguished guests. I'm Nils Sonuç, Assistant Professor in Kadıköy University in Tourism Faculty. Welcome our guests first, and welcome for those distinguished guests who come for the first time in Turkey and first time in Izmir. I would like to speak about my city first. This is Amazon city, Izmir, so it was the first time named after an Amazon queen, Smyrna. So you are in extreme west of Anatolia now, and it's one of the most beautiful skies, as Homerus, the ancient lyric poet, said, and of course, one of the ancient philosophers of Anatolia, Strabo, said that it's one of its most beautiful city in the world. So we have to go after follow the ancient philosophers. First about the city, to know the city is one of the most beautiful cities in the world, in fact, with the most beautiful climate, Mediterranean climate. Thank you for all the participants to come and support the Sports Tourism Congress. Sport tourism and sustainability, especially sport tourism destinations, SDG gaps and potentials, is the title for this session. And our first speaker is Professor Dr. Mikail Tuanoğlu. He is participating as academic director of the Master of Science Hospitality Management at ICSE Business School, Paris, France. And as I checked his CV, he is at the same time a very important practicing in the sector, in tourism sector in Greece as well. I'm leaving the floor now to Professor Mikail Tuanoğlu. Welcome.
First of all, I would like to thank the organizers and the committee for inviting me to this interesting conference. And also, I would like to say that thank you very much for the introduction about your lovely city. Actually, it's one of my beloved cities, Izmir. I have been there a few times. And of course, I'm looking forward to come again. Maybe possibly because of my last name, you can understand that I have some roots from Anatolia, which is true. And I have very good friends. Some of them are there with you, like Volkan, and others from Izmir mostly. So thank you. And I don't know, we can start the presentation. My topic is about SDGs and sport tourism. The important thing here is that we have to understand how issues related with sport tourism can be connected and related with SDGs. We know very well that sport tourism is quite important globally. It creates and generates a lot of revenues, income for destinations, specifically when they host big sport events like Olympics and others. And we have clear evidence that it also generates about 10% of expenditure on tourism globally. And of course, we are quite sure, and that's why we come to this conference to say that sport tourism can promote social, economic, and environmental action, and of course, sustainability overall. So we spoke about the SDGs. We know very well. I don't want to spend time about explaining about the SDGs. Just briefly mentioning that a few of them can easily be related with sport tourism. For example, decent work and economic growth for a destination who is able to benefit from sport tourism, create more sustainable cities and communities, finding a way to balance the dynamic of sport tourism with real value on the local level, on the city or rural level. Climate action, very important, how we are able to develop sport tourism infrastructure and other facilities, taking into consideration sensitivities related to climate action. And of course, sport tourism allows stakeholders, authorities, participants to join and work together for common goals and a common vision for the destination. So, as I would like to say, we have a few examples that we can easily understand benefits that were created for destinations that they were able to host mega events like Olympics, but at the same time, they were able to present some clear and tangible efforts around sustainability. For example, in Tokyo, we had very important policies related with the venues, the facilities. The structure was based on the specific framework with reducing the construction waste. Carbon neutrality, of course, offset emissions through renewable energy was one of the main policies around the Olympics in Japan, in Tokyo. Innovations related with recycling metals, for example, the athletes, metals from e-waste and cardboard bags for athletes. And of course, the impact to the local community, sustainability was a core theme to inspire events also for the future, not only during the Olympics. So it's true that the Olympic Games in Tokyo were able to leverage and enhance the infrastructure, not only for the specific period, but also to be available for the future and also to support tourism and sport tourism in a sustainable way in the future. Of course, we don't speak only about examples that are related with hosting countries or cities of mega events, but we have also other kinds of tourism, like adventure tourism, where the environment is playing a more critical role on the experience side from the visitors. So we have well-known destinations, for example, like New Zealand. Queenstown is considered like the adventure capital of the world. We speak about adventure, tourism, sports related with nature and environment. Eco-friendly accommodations also is a very important part of development. Conservation activities that also integrate the participation of visitors. And of course, promoting sustainable tourism is the core, let's say, policy and strategy to preserve natural landscapes, at the same time attracting people that they enjoy a variety of very interesting sports. So yes, we have a variety of examples. I don't want to extend more on that. Just to highlight the 4 SDGs that I mentioned before they can definitely promote economic growth through sport tourism. And of course, we can put in the center of our policies sustainable cities and communities around these activities and policies for sport tourism. Climate action is very important to consider the tools, the methods, the processes that we follow for developing more the infrastructure and the facilities more environmental friendly way. And of course, the ability of the participants to create, let's say, what we call a collaborative platform with all stakeholders of the destination, community, NGOs, authorities, associations, to create a common goal, a common vision for the destination around sport tourism and sustainable tourism in general. Of course, we understand that there are a lot of challenges related with sport tourism, specifically on the environmental concern related with waste management, carbon emissions, sometimes over tourism, when we have seen phenomena in big cities like Paris recently, with congestion, with over tourism. Social concerns, community displacement, affordability, inequality, where we have increase of prices, difficulties on daily life for the locals in terms of, for the period that we have this kind of events. And of course, economic concern, if we are able to understand and create a reasonable balance between the cost of having this kind of events and the benefit for the host communities, for the host destination. So we have seen recent examples, for example, the demonstrations are against the America's Cup in Barcelona, which is quite recent, because the expectations and what the authorities promised as a benefit, as a value for the city was not actually there, on the contrary. So it's very important to understand what are the needs and the expectation and try to create a balance between the benefits for such events with the inclusivity, with the value, the improvement of the quality of the daily life of the locals, and to make them, let's say, feel happy and satisfied with the whole process and the whole event management. Yes, we don't have only challenges, but we have a lot of opportunities from sport tourism when we're able to align with SDGs, not only those that I mentioned, but even more. We have processes that the destinations can go and have some green certifications related with global metrics and standards like those that are provided by GSTC, Global Sustainable Tourism Council. There are specific destination criteria that can be followed. Promoting, of course, local economies to sport tourism is mostly to be able to maximize the local resources, to strengthen the local community. We know, I understand what means circular economy in these cases, try to use the local resources in a way that creates additional value during these events. And at the same time, of course, technology is a very important part of innovation. We now have the ability to use big data, artificial intelligence for monitoring and measuring, creating tools that allow us to make sure that and understand the impacts on the destination, on the society, environment, and be able to make the right decisions based on this data. And you know very well that technologies are there to help destination and cities, destinations to become more smart, whatever we understand that it means. Planning and let's say strategies, of course, are aligned with the specificities and the DNA, as we can say, for each different destination, city, or rural area. But definitely, we can include in our practices, activities that are related directly with SDG alignment. For example, sustainable event planning and management. There are very specific ways to do that. Community engagement and inclusion can be the pillar of this kind of efforts to always have the community engaged and participating in all this decision making to understand more the value that is shared. Environmental conservation and restoration is very important, not only for the locals, but also for the visitors to understand the value and appreciate the efforts from the destination side. Economic growth through local partnerships is very important because we give back to the locals, we give back to those that they have something to provide as a product or as services to take advantage of these events. Accessibility and equity is something that is coming directly from SDGs. We have to be very careful to allow everybody to have access, to be inclusive and create this kind of, to avoid inequalities as much as possible. And yes, again, the data-driven monitoring through the technology and AI. Transparency, of course, to allow everybody to understand the impact with very specific and tangible data that is able to provide evidence about how we're moving on. What about the future? Yes, it's quite clear that the challenges that we have and the opportunities, if we are able to strategize in order to plan properly, we are able to create carbon neutral sporting events, which is a trend nowadays. Digital transformation in sport tourism, when we are able to use digital tools to maximize the efficiency, the productivity, the effectiveness of implementing plans around sport tourism. Community-led sport tourism, where we found ways to connect in a very authentic way, in a very realistic way, the daily life of the locals, their engagement in sports and daily life together with sporting events that are presented in a way to attract visitors for the city or for the destination. The creation of green infrastructure is very important because if you want to develop sport tourism, you need to extend the infrastructure, but it has to be in a sustainable way. And focus on wellness and nature-based sports, which is a very important trend nowadays. And when we speak about wellness, we speak about improvement of gastronomy-related health issues, nature-based sports, more close to nature and environment. Of course, we have cities that they have events, but at the same time, we can promote the culture, the heritage through this kind of events. As a conclusion, I would like to highlight that, yes, definitely sport tourism can continue to grow and evolve as a powerful driver for achieving the UN SDGs. And as I said, is something that is doable if you have a very clear strategy and planning. And of course, we have to keep in mind that we have to embrace innovation, community engagement, and conscious practices for the locals and of course for the visitors, that we can create long-lasting impact, very positive impact, ensuring sustainability and also the best possible, let's say, future for our communities and also experiences for the global travelers who are attracted by this event and by the destinations. So thank you for your time, and I will be really glad to hear any questions or any comments or anything that you would like to let me answer related with that topic, with specific connection with destinations like Izmir or Turkey, and how to develop further the sport tourism in a sustainable framework. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this presentation, which is very, very informing about three basic pillars of sustainability: connection with sports tourism, social, economic, and environmental pillars. And on the level of course, the destination, local economic and technological integration of the sustainability to the sports tourism. And it was really interesting to hear this protest in Spain for me, especially over tourism, the question of quality and quantity, how can we manage it? Really, it's a big question now to, of course, provide the sustainability through sports tourism. What do you think about that? Thank you very much.
Yes, actually, we're not really surprised with these reactions. It, of course, is related with over-tourism, but I highlighted this specific case because it was related with sport specifically. The World Cup, America's Cup, is a very well-known sport for sailing, and it goes around the world for different occasions and different events. Barcelona was hosting the last time. And of course, it's a very important event, a lot of visitors. But the way that it was organized, yes, it was quite successful for the participants, the athletes, for the event itself. But the way that it was integrated and the city's, let's say, normal life for the community and for the residents, for the daily activities, was not the one that was expected, and actually was not any real value real there for them, more than let's say just disruption of the daily life and difficulties in terms of transportation or other things. So it's something that we have to consider specifically for big sport events. Of course, we want to attract as many as possible visitors, but at the same time, we have to consider the locals, because we expect from the locals to be part of the authentic experiences for the visitors. The visitors are not coming only for the sport; they have free time to go around the cities, to explore, to communicate, to interact, to have this kind of cultural experiences. So, if the visitors are not, the communities are not well treated or integrated in this kind of events, definitely we are going to have negative impact and reactions, as we have seen in Barcelona, and of course in other situations. I live in Paris, and I felt also that the locals were a bit worried, afraid, even remote. They kept some distance from the sport, and because the city completely changed in a positive way for the locals.
So maybe as the organizers, they have to look for the ways to integrate the local population to the sport.
Exactly.
Is there any question? Yes? Professor Volkan Altıntaş wants to ask a question.
Hi, Mihalis.
Volkan.
Great to see you again, and thank you very much again. Very detailed, adding with sustainable tourism goals with sport tourism. And it was creative, I should also say, about your presentation. Very short comment, or maybe you can add later on, because we discuss time to time with you and other academicians from all over the world. You know, you want to add, as I know, you want to create one curriculum, maybe about tourism curriculum, valid or competitive for industry, also, acceptable for many regions and countries. How can we add now with your creative, presentation, adding with sustainable tourism goals to tourism-related education, governmental bodies, even or private sectors? How can we use your presentation in real life? Do you have any idea, any projects or projections? Thank you.
Very interesting question, and actually the answer, as usual, is very customized to what exactly we need. As I said, sustainable tourism, of course, has values, has pillars, has methods. As you know, possibly I'm quite deep in projects related with monitoring and measuring sustainability in destination level. So all the time, the results and the outcomes, the solutions are there in front of us and the destination. So everything is related with the specificities, the authenticity, what we call the DNA of the place. It doesn't matter if it's a city or a small region or a bigger region or even a country. We have, first of all, to identify the real values, socio-cultural, environmental, or others, that are really connected with the people, the locals, first of all, because the value has to come from the ground, from the place. The place includes the people. So in any case, we have to be ready to explore this and analyze these values, first of all, and second, to understand how we can increase these values, first of all, for the locals, for the place, for the communities, for the local economy, and at the time, to highlight the authenticities and these elements that will be attractive for visitors, not just to come and spend some time to have fun, but also to be part and create authentic experiences together with the locals, to participate with events, regular activities, daily activities that make the locals feel happy and proud about the place. So things are not so difficult. You just need to have a more holistic approach to what we are planning to do, to understand all the values and resources that are available, and make sure that we include everybody, create a vision that is meaningful for the whole place, not just to cover specific interests from specific stakeholders, that usually happens. For me, this is the best possible way to create value, and also you can present examples, you can create curriculum around that. Nowadays, I design programs that are related or sustainable hospitality, leadership, inspired leadership, responsible leadership, which means we don't just care about the performance of hospitality companies, but also care about the impact outside of the company, on the region, on the city, on the communities, something that actually is quite meaningful for everybody.
Thank you very much. Yes, always.
Thank you. You're welcome.
I think we have a question from a student, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Just a moment to pass the micro to student. Your name first, please, and which class are you?
Okay, I think you can hear me better now.
Yes, your name
Yes.
and your class, please.
Okay, my name is Egemen. I'm from Turkey. It's my first year in this university. I study tourist guiding.
Okay.
And my question is, I wonder your thoughts about the future of the future demand for sport tourism. Like, I mean, what do you think about the demand for sport tourism in the future? I mean, is it going to increase or decrease? Thank you.
The demand for sport tourism is related with the needs. And usually when we say needs, we say the needs of people to be engaged in sport tourism, not only as spectators, or also actively engaged, which is something that can promote and increase inclusivity, also is related with health issues. So we have to consider sport tourism as an action, not only as an attractive element that because of an event that can bring people to one place for a specific usually short period to be participants in something, but at the same time to create some value for them and also for the local community. I believe that each place, each destination is able to provide completely different elements, different characteristics, different authentic elements that are related with the destination, but also combined with sport activities, customized and reflecting real values of each place. And of course, this can create an continuous attractiveness for the locals, first of all, to increase and elevate their daily activities, daily life, and more engagement in sport tourism, but at the same time to invite and create attractiveness for visitors. So it's a matter of supply and demand. I believe right now we have a very well-known framework and abilities because of existing mega or other sport events that are quite attractive, like the World Cup or whatever. Yes, this is something standard. At this point, we have to control and manage these events better to avoid the negative impacts or additional to increase the value for the locals. But at the same time, as we have seen the example of New Zealand, we have a destination where 12 months around the year, there are activities, there are sport activities, very interesting, very well connected with the local communities, very well connected with the nature and the environment. And of course, this, as we understand, the activities are open and very, let's say, attractive also for the locals. So yes, each destination is able to find ways to do this or the other thing, or a balance or a mix. But definitely you can create a strategy to become more, let's say, attractive in a meaningful way on the sport tourism. And I believe sport tourism will be growing because the need for sports for individuals generally is going to increase.
Thank you. Is there another question? Thank you for your participation, Professor Tolanoğlu. Now, let's pass to second speaker of this session. The first speaker was about research of SDGs and sport tourism destinations, and the reality part now from the sector, Mr. Erdinç Ergün, diving instructor and owner Derin Doğa Dive Center, Turkey. The floor is yours.
Good morning. My name is Erdinç Ergün. I'm running Derin Doğa Dive Center in Çeşme with my wife. So it's a family business. I've been diving since 1990. As a professional, 1999. And I'm in Çeşme all the time. I've been diving for many years. Sorry, I forgot to thank the organizing community and the esteemed professors. Thank you very much for calling me. I've been to many countries as well. So last week I was in Egypt, in Sharm el-Sheikh, and I had the opportunity of comparing the industries, the diving industry in Egypt and the diving industry in Turkey. Actually, it's very difficult to say industry for the Turkish diving system because when you see what the other countries are doing, it's quite difficult to say that we are developed in diving. In Egypt, I think the biggest part of their income as a country is coming from diving. It's so well developed, especially in Sharm el-Sheikh. It's a really industry. For example, people are diving, yes, but it's the end of the story. The beginning of the story is the accommodation, the food, the transfer, the diving leaders or instructors, the company. So it's a huge industry. And so even now, although it's not the season, so many people are there, so many tourists all around the world. In Turkey, especially in İzmir, in Çeşme, unfortunately, people think that diving is a seasonal activity. It's not we don't call it a sport. We belong to the sports ministry, but it's not. We don't think that it's a sport. It's an activity, but it's a sport-related activity, of course. So we are trying to develop ourselves in Çeşme, especially according to this session. We are trying to make Çeşme a destination. At the moment, it's not a destination for diving. People are not coming to İzmir for diving. People are coming here because it's a nice city, as we've been talking about earlier. It's a gastronomical city, yes, very nice trekking areas, history, everything. We are trying to convince people to dive when they come here. So the divers are not coming here specifically. So what we're trying to do is to call people for diving, especially using the travel agencies abroad, not Turkey, abroad, so that when people come here, they come for diving. It's a huge industry. It's a developing industry. And to be able to maintain this, what we do, for example, 2 months ago, with one of my friends, we are taking photos under the water. So we decided that it should be something, a big thing. So we called some divers from Greece, from Chios. We invited them. They stayed in Çeşme. We accommodated them and we take them around. And then we dived with them in Çeşme. They took photos. And then they invited us to Chios. We went to Chios. We took photos and everything. And this will continue with the other islands as well, like the other big islands, Lesbos or Samos. And at the end, we are planning to have an exhibition, underwater photography exhibition between Turkey and Greece. And last month, another activity we created. It was the underwater photography exhibition competition. We realized that it was the first time done in Turkey. So far, nobody or no diving centers has arranged an underwater photography competition. Our government is doing that, but not privately. It's never been done. We did it. It was so good. Now we are planning to do it internationally next July or June, probably June. And for this, there is an event we are planning to apply to the İzmir municipality plus the tourism ministry, because we need some help. We cannot do everything just by our own, because so far, whatever we have done, we did it by ourselves. What I mean is, for example, we're finding customers by ourselves. We are giving them service. We are taking them to our boats. We are diving with them. So we do everything by ourselves, not as in Egypt. So we are trying to make this, convey this as an industry, if we can make it. For example, I should just dive. Somebody just arrange the accommodation. Somebody just must do the servicing or whatever. So this is our aim. This is our boat, and this is Çeşme. Maybe if we can turn the lights down a bit. So this is Çeşme, and we are trying to show this to everybody. Maybe you're not a diver, but you may see this through the photos or the videos. So that's the idea of the underwater photography competition. And in Çeşme, we have one of the best wrecks in the world for diving. In Turkey, yes, the best one. Best means anybody can dive because it's not so deep. Plus, it's quite big, 75 meters length, and it's lying at 18 meters, so anybody can dive. And it's in Çeşme. It's so beautiful. So these are the colors we have. They are all sponges. So actually what I was planning to do was to make a SWOT analysis to be able to see the real existing position of diving. First of all, our sea condition is quite good, which means we don't have strong currents. We don't have, huge waves or hurricanes and stuff. But most important in these is we have history. Like in Egypt, you are diving, it's unbelievable, really unbelievable, really. It's a tropical sea, but they don't have any history. We have a lot of history. So we have to emphasize on this. And underwater life is amazing. I just tried to show you some of our pictures. It was just random. We have really nice underwater life. And Çeşme or İzmir is very reachable, which means we have an airport, we have big marine ports, so anybody can come, anybody can visit İzmir or Çeşme. And our sea condition is very good, as I said. At the moment, it's like 20 centigrade degrees. You can still swim or dive out. The air is cold, but the sea is not. Only January and February, a little bit, yes, cold. But apart from that, 10 months, you can come and visit Çeşme for diving. It's not just Çeşme, of course. We have many sites, diving sites, like Foça, Karaburun, Seferihisar, and they're all very close to ancient cities. That's why the history is a very big thing for us. We have lots of amphoras and sunken cities, ships. So every dive site has a story behind it. And we are trying to create some value, as the other professor said. We are trying to create value by putting these statues. We did all these statues. And it's an attraction for the divers. This is Hacı Bektaş and Yunus Emre. This is another, the bow of the ship, the wreck. This is, for example, a very good spot. It's a very iconic spot in Çeşme. We have a cave, and the light beams are amazing for the photographers. Of course, we have weaknesses. The main one is the season is very short. As I said, it's not actually, we don't have a season in diving. There's no season, even in winter time, even in under the ice, you can dive. But people take this tourism as a summer activity. That's why the season is short, and that's the reason why we keep having these competitions or exhibitions and stuff to extend the season. And fish farms around us is a big threat. This is one of our weaknesses. We have a lot of fish farms, a lot. And last time I was in another conference giving a speech and showing all these things, and the people, relevant people, were kind of quite angry with me because I said, I'm diving every day and I know physically and realistically, I can see it every day. But what they say is the things on the paper. For example, all these fish farms are, of course, we need them definitely. We belong, or if I want to do something in the sea, for example, if I want to tie my boat to a certain place, I have to get permission from the Ministry of Agriculture. So people there, I don't want to say any negative things, but they are not the relevant people, if you ask us. So there are so many things like that, but mainly, the municipalities must deal with it, and they must have a section in the municipality dealing with the sea, not just diving, but for example, diving is a big industry, but excursions are also another industry. There are so many sides of the sea you can think of. That's why I think it must be the municipalities. Thank you very much.
And you ask another question.
Where are the other diving communities in Turkey?
Other diving communities.
Other diving communities, especially south, Antalya area, Kaş. It's a very famous place for diving. But to be honest, if you ask me, if you were a diver, you would understand better. Most colorful underwater section of Turkey is the Aegean part, not the South Mediterranean part. Because South is warm, people prefer it. Like today or tomorrow, people will go, especially the university people prefer it. The new beginners prefer it because the water is warm and clear. But there is absolutely no colors there. The color I showed you on the slide, the colors are in the Aegean Sea, but the community mostly is in the south. In Aegean part, we have Ayvalık, Foça, Karaburun, Çeşme, and Seferihisar. For example, in Çeşme, I am the only dive school. Çeşme is a very famous place in Turkey, very so-called, very touristical area, but I am the only dive center. In Karaburun, there are only 5 dive centers. In Foça, there's only 1. In Seferihisar, 4 or 5. I mean, as I said, I was in the Sharm el-Sheikh. I think I have the video, especially I took the video. I just couldn't count the numbers of the boats, dive centers. For all the 100, more than 100.
Thank you. So we can understand that Turkey has a high potential for sports tourism. The potential is high, but we hope that in the future that will be used and integrated into sustainable sports tourism. Thank you all participants. And this is the end of this session. For thank the participants.
Parallel sessions will be handled here. And at the same time, in the scope of student challenge presentations, students of our faculty will be presenting posters in the hall. And also there will be some healthy lunch break, which our gastronomy students prepared for you. I invite Dr. Maria Grazia-Pirina to the stage.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the second part of our conference symposium. And this is actually one of my favorite parts, if I'm allowed to say, because this is the moment to listen to new ideas and be inspired also by new generation and by actually the future. So this is the student challenge moment. We're gonna get the chance to hear what are the proposals for futures, ideas, and projects. I already smiled a bit, if I might confess, and I think they are all nice ideas. And I would like also to encourage them to keep working on this. We can support you through the mentorship scheme that we presented yesterday, and be ready to submit it as a concrete project proposal within the frame of one of the programs that we work. So I will leave the floor to the students, and thank you very much for your great work.
Now I'm inviting the students who have prepared these beautiful posters. Can you come to the stage, please?
Right.
The owner of the posters. Thank you for great effort, first of all. We would like to listen your projects a little bit. And first group, you can come here and they can hear you. And first, you can introduce yourself and you can talk about your project a little bit.
Thank you. Hi everyone, my name is Gülsen Yeşil. My department is medical laboratory, and here our topic is swimming in İzmir. I show you
What is this about?
in swimming.
Yes. Can you or your friends, would you like to explain more?
I explain.
Okay.
National swimmer Emre Sakçı became European champion. Born in İzmir in 1997, Emre Sakçı began swimming at the age of 3 and was selected for the national team at just 50. He started his journey as licensed swimmer in 2008 at the University Swimming Club. Emre Sakçı made history by breaking the junior world record in the men's 50-meter breaststroke with an impressive time, becoming the first Turkish athlete to achieve a world in impressive time. 26.67 seconds, became at the first Turkish athlete to achieve a world records across all age groups in this category. In 2018, he ranked 5th in the world with a time of 25.89 seconds in the 50-meter breaststroke at the World Short Course Swimming Champions held in China. Additionally, he earned a silver medal in the 50-meter breaststroke at the 2019 European Short Course Swimming Championships. The provincial championships for special athletes in swimming took place from April 11 at the Kağıtçılar University Swimming Pool. Special athletes swimming provincial championship, which start on Tuesday, April 11, ended with the final competitions and award ceremony on April 30. At the ceremony, awards were presented to our special athletes who ranked well by Federation President Birol Aydın. İrem Öztekin came first in İzmir all distance she swam. He passed the Dersol in the 6th distance. He swam and qualified for the Turkish Championships. A swimming competition was held in Ala to commemorate Atatürk. The commemoration of Atatürk swimming competition, which was held for the second time this year with the contributions of Aliağa Municipality and the organization of AGM Sports Club, November 10, 2024. The event had the participation of Sports Club in İzmir. Suggestion with the opening of the Olympic swimming pool in İzmir, more events can be organized. This will be an important development both in terms of health and for Turkey. Thank you.
Now we can pass to the second group. Really shortly, can you explain your project?
Hello, my name is Emil Oruçlu and my department is tourism management. Our topic is trekking. It's a sport. It's usually made on long walks in areas where there's no transportation. In Turkey, İzmir is a very popular place for trekking because of the effort put into this sport as a public sport. There's a lot of popular places in İzmir to take trekking routes. There's Karagöl Nature Park, Yamanlar Mountain, Ephesus Ancient City, and Dilek Peninsula as examples. These routes combine history and nature to offer enjoyable experiences to tourists and other people. There's two popular routes we want to talk about. There's Virgin Mary and Ephesus track. This track consists of an asphalt road. It goes through the forest, and it starts at the House of Virgin Mary, and it continues on the same road until the southern gate of the ancient city of Ephesus. This route also can be used as a bicycle path. The second route is Ülkmez and Kavakdere track. This track starts on the beach, goes through residential areas, it passes through gardens and forest roads. Due to its topography, this track has many ups and downs. The highest altitude is 175 meters. As a conclusion, trekking is very important in Izmir to develop the health of people, the mental health of people, and sport tourism in Izmir as general.
Thank you. Okay, I want to present here.
Hello everyone, dear guests. Welcome to our beautiful city, Izmir. My name is Aysu Damercan and my department is Gastronomy and Culinary Arts. Today, me and my friends, a presentation about the İzmir Selçuk. İzmir Selçuk is a very historical and natural place in the Izmir. It's located in the south of Izmir. Is a region renowned for its rich historical and natural beauty. First of all, ancient Ephesus. It's very popular in Turkey. The city of Ephesus, one of the most significant ancient cities, was a hub of culture, commerce, and religion during the Roman era. And the second one is House of the Virgin Mary. This is very, very important for Christians or all of the nations. Located on Mount Bilbur, this site is revered by Christians as the final home of the Virgin Mary. It attracts thousands of pilgrims each year, particularly on August 15 during the commemoration ceremonies. And the House of the Virgin Mary is a very visited place in the İzmir Selçuk.
My name is Asya Bülbül, and this is my friends Tolga Iksu and Sude Ak. Now, I introduce you the Seven Sleepers. The Seven Sleepers, a legend rotates in both Christianity and Islam, tells the story of 7 young men who died in a cave to escape religious persecutions. They awoke centuries later, symbolizing resurrection and eternal fate. Now you can see the Selçuk Castle. The Selçuk Castle and the Basilica of St. John are prominent examples of the area's Byzantine heritage. And I think the last picture on the right, the İsa Bey Mosque, built in 1375, showcases the elegant Selçuk architecture and serves as a symbol of the religion's rich culture blend. And now, a very, very, very important place in Izmir and known all of the people, Şirince Village. Şirince Village is famous for its well-preserved Ottoman architecture. Şirince is known for its wine production and scenic views. Visitors can enjoy the village's historical charm and sample local delicacies. And our gastronomy and culinary arts students, and very important for us, local gastronomy. Selçuk is a paradise for food lovers, especially specialties, Şevketi Bostan, or like shish kebab, and local pastries offers a taste of authentic Turkish cuisine. Şirince's handmade wine is a must try, making the village a perfect stop for culinary enthusiasts. Conclusion, Selçuk is not just a place to visit, it's an experience where history, nature, and culture converge. From ancient ruins to spiritual landmarks and from unique culinary delights to breathtaking landscapes, Selçuk invites travelers to immerse themselves in the timeless beauty. We are in journey, and this is our Selçuk journey. Thank you for listening to us.
Thank you. The fourth group can present their projects.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It's a project at İzmir in gastronomy, and we are presenting Alaçatı, which is Çeşme. That's an astonishing village that mostly kind of rich people lives, and there's good landscapes, good food, and etc. By the way, my name is Yiğit Batıcı. I'm a student in gastronomy and culinary arts, as my friends, and that's what I say.
Hello everyone, my name is Yusuf. I would like to make a short talk about Germian village. It's a village in İzmir Alaçatı. Well, the view in Alaçatı is really amazing. You feel like you're in paradise, and Germian village has a great stone houses. There are great flower graffitis. We taste some traditional foods like German breads was one of the best sourdough breads. Well, I taste, and the elder people especially really kind and nice to us. We make an interview. We talk with them. Talk with the bread maker. He gives more bread to us. That's it.
Hello, dear guests. My name is Elif Gül. I'm also from the Gastronomy and Culinary Arts Department. I want to talk about from our department, Gastronomy of Alaçatı. You can find very natural ingredients, I say, in Alaçatı. One of the biggest and most natural bazaars in Izmir is in Alaçatı. You can find the most fresh and organic things in that bazaar. Also, you can eat the Çeşme kumru in Alaçatı, which is a special bread, and it has got kind of meats and cheeses in. You can also find the other, the chickpea breads. Sorry, please excuse me for my nervousness. You can find the chickpea breads at the kumru. I really recommend. If you have the opportunity, I really recommend you to visit Alaçatı.
Now, I invite Dr. Roberta Sorinas to the stage.
Hello, and nice job, guys. I'm very proud of you. Me on behalf of the committee, organizers, professors. Thank you for the mentors, I think, and all the people that follow you on this. I am passionate about sport. I'm a European project manager. I'm a researcher. And moreover, I'm a traveling tourist. So it's good to go out from your comfort zone. And traveling is one of the action you can have in order to improve and to grow, as well as sport. So sport through sailing. With Maria Grazia Perina, my colleague, and all the team you have here that together help in the organization of this amazing conference. We founded a sport club that is about sailing. There are some images in the back. It's called ASD Sport Compass. So we are trying to use sailing as a tool for education, sailing as a tool for inclusion, as well as some management methodology during the sailing are in action. One of the main organizers here, Johannes de Waal, is there on the back. Thanks to him. Applause for Johannes. He is also captain, sailor, and sometimes is guiding us through these sailing trips that are more than just sailing. They are more like life experiential adventure where we grow together, and when we debrief about our job, our ordinary work life. This all to say that we love what you did, and thanks for going out from your comfort zone, speaking English for all these people here. And I said that I have to give some fantastic certificate to you guys, and that there is also some kind of symbolic little prize award for you, coming back to some of the speakers before. it was not exactly clear to me how it's gonna be. I prefer to give ex aequo to all the team, the same. Right? Applause for them, all of them. Yeah. So, ISG Sport Campus will be glad to give you an award, little economical award to all of you in the same part. Okay? So, team number 1, what was your topic? Swimming. Swimming team. Applause for swimming team. Team number 2, trekking. Team number 4, surfing. Team number 4, Alacak. Applause for them. No. Please, center, go. Team number 1, please. Come with me. Yes, take a Okay. Maybe a picture of together? Yeah. Maybe with some of the mentors that were. Everyone who wants to be in this picture is the moment.
Come here. Just a little bit for the picture. Can we take a round of applause, please? Possible. Thank you so much for the important and great information.
My name is Mohammed Farooq. I'm a PhD student in Yeshaya University and founder of a startup called the Red Smart. Thank you so much, Mr. Volkan, Mr. Emery, Mr. Osguri, and Mr. Roberto and Ms. Maria for organizing it, and the man behind the gun, Mr. Yunus. We organized this session in a way that it has an integration. This session will tell us something about technology, its implication on tourism, and finally, we'll wrap it up by some opportunities for the students. So this session first has Ms. Melis, who is the owner of Kuzey İzmir Tekmar, is one of the biggest incubation center in Izmir. Secondly, we have Ms. Lavine, who is running an AI app for tourism, and it's one of its kind. It's really new, and it's implementing AI technology into tourism practically. Lastly, I will come up with some practical opportunities for the students, and I will explain how tourism smartness are linked together. So first of all, I'll invite Ms. Melis to come on the stage and please share her valuable thoughts with us. Thank you.
Hello everybody. Today I will provide you with brief information on how to implement and commercialize an idea. But first, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Melis Özcan Öztunoğlu. I am the deputy of General Manager, Kuzey İzmir Tekmar. Tekmar is Technology Development Center. I am married and I have a little daughter. I completed my undergraduate from Data Business Administration at Kuzey University. Then I hold a master's degree in business, Department of Product Manager and Marketing. I have previously been involved in commercials, and now I am focused on startup. Kuzey İzmir Tekmar was established 2021 with 3 capital partners. It was founded with the support of the Tekmar program from COSGAP, which I will tell you later about COSGAP. So it continues to serve all entrepreneurs focused on the theme of smart cities. If it offers some legal protections for our startups. Additionally, it supports startup through networking and other entrepreneur training program. which startup entrepreneurs does İzmir Tekmer support to them? Our institution, which provides technology development center and entrepreneurship services area, supports startups, the ones to establish a company and have ideas related to main theme of smart cities and sub-themes. For example, smart people, smart economy, smart glass, etc., as well as to those looking for a place to conduct R&D activities. We provide support in mentoring, training, writing projects, networking, and most importantly, clustering. They can benefit from the support available under law No. 5746 on R&D and design in their companies. It allows entrepreneurs to gain both academic and commercialized firms experience. It assists them introducing their products to customers. It provides support for all these entrepreneurs in the process following their incubation period. Our partnerships consists of 5 partnerships we have. Today's host İzmir Katip Çelebi University, the first partnerships, then Yaşar University and Karşıyaka Municipality were established through its capital partners. These are 3 partners and also our main organization supporting networking area and natural clustering. Next come public institution, COSGAP and TÜBİTAK. Startup apply to those institutions for project support in area such as project writing, company establishment, and commercialization. Okay, we will this İzmir Tekmer does support as legal. This is approval maximum equivalent full-time and R&D design personal employment according to sectors such as personal insurance premium, custom duty incentive, personal income tax withholding deduction, and personal wage stamp, etc. These are all the legal provided. To COSGAP provides to entrepreneurs some programs. They have some programs sections for COSGAP. COSGAP is the public institution in Turkey. Entrepreneur support program, digital transformation support program, and small and medium-sized enterprises, and green industry support, strategic product support, cooperation support program, etc. Some money provided value in COSGAP. For example, own budget and line items of these budgets are defined to new firms. İzmir Tekmer strongly advises entrepreneurs who establish companies to definitely become members of COSGAP. TÜBİTAK is the same stage as COSGAP. TÜBİTAK is the public institution in Turkey. Entrepreneur support program provides an investment to startup. As İzmir Tekmer, we also serve as implementing organization within the scope of the TÜBİTAK. This way, while supporting our entrepreneurship in establishing their company, we demonstrate our entrepreneurship support activities, starting from our pre-incubation services at the company formation stage. We provide mentoring services for entrepreneurial system and program in writing their project. And when the projects are approved, we ensure their inclusion under TechMers, allowing them to benefit from regulatory incentive opportunity. If you have an idea related to sustainable smart cities, let's manage this process together.
Thank you so much for sharing this kind of information. I will invite Ms. Ladin to please come and share your application.
Thank you so much for coming and listen to me. First of all, I want to introduce myself in English. Then I want to prefer making my presentation in my mother language. So sorry about that, and thank you for the translation. I'm Ladin. I made and finished my PhD education in 9 Eylül University, and my area, the subject in PhD, sustainable supply chain. I'm always dealing with the sustainability in my own life and the professional life. Then I worked both public sector and the private sector in nearly 20 years. And after that, I quit my job, and I'm now I'm an entrepreneurship in this city, and I have a tourism application. And also our application is in the collective incubation center, and we are really thanks to them about our journey. Let me start in presentation. Öncelikle turizmdeki aslında teknolojik gelişmelerden biraz bahsetmek istiyorum.
First of all, I would like to explain the latest development in tourism and technology.
Pandemiden sonra tüm alanlarda olduğu gibi aslında turizmde de çok ciddi değişiklikler oldu. Bu değişiklikler insanların seyahat alışkanlıklarını da aslında değiştirdi. Hepimiz bazı hassasiyetler kazandık. Turizm de bunun tüketici tarafında, yani seyahat edenler tarafındaki en net değişimi aslında daha solo seyahatleri tercih etmeye başladık. Kalabalık yerlerden uzaklaştık, paket turlardan uzaklaştık ve farklı seçimler yapmaya başladık.
After the pandemic, there has been some changes in our daily lifestyle as well as our traveling style. With all these, we started to prefer mostly traveling alone instead of being with the crowd.
Bunun yanı sıra dikkat ettiğimiz şöyle de bir gelişme var ve bütün makaleler de aslında bunlara yine değiniyorlar, tüm araştırmalar. Yeni jenerasyon tamamen bu odakta geliyor. Daha deneyim odaklı, kendi seyahatlerinde birbirlerinin nerelerde deneyim yaşadığına bakarak seçimler yapan ve daha ziyade macera üzerine seçilmiş seyahatleri tercih ediyorlar.
New generation also prefers having solo trips as well as having these new habits by attracting by each other, attracting by their each other's traveling experiences, and but experiencing them again alone with the adventure style.
Tüm bunların yanı sıra aslında seçeneklerimiz çoğaldı. Çünkü teknolojinin kullanımı her yerde olduğu gibi turizmde de seçenekleri çoğalttı. Ve bir önemli mevzu da şu ki hepimiz ilgi alanımıza göre, yani örneğin anneysek, ki ben anneyim, artık seyahatlerimde çocuklu bir seyahatin nasıl olacağını ya da gastronomiye düşkünsek eğer oradaki gizli kalmış daha lezzeti bilinmeyen, her yerde yayınlanmamış yeme içme yerlerini, yerel yerleri arar olduk. Teknoloji tüm bunlar için bize aslında bilgiyi sunumda kolaylık sağladı.
With the latest developments in technology, we got actually a kind of help on their traveling habits. For example, if we are having this travel on gastronomy, now we have a lot of information obtained from the internet, from the technology, and we can experience them.
Peki turizmdeki aslında bu gelişmeler bizi gelecekte nereye götürüyor ya da götürecek gibi görünüyor. Buna da bakacak olursak bir kere az önce söylediğim gibi benim kendi kişisel ilgi alanımda da olduğu için ama bugün oturumun başından beri her sunumda değinilen tabii ki sürdürülebilirlik kavramı ve turizmde bunun yeri. Yanı sıra da ekoturizm.
When we look at the future from this point, we see that sustainable tourism is the most important thing when we plan our future travels, and also ecotourism.
Ve bütün büyük firmaların raporlarına baktığımızda Booking gibi pazarı domine eden firmaların raporlarına baktığımızda insanlar artık bilinçli tüketim yapacakları konaklama yerlerini aramaya başladılar. Ve otel ya da konaklama, araç kiralama hatta daha sürdürülebilir uçuş firması olduğunu iddia eden turizm firmalarına daha fazla para ödemeye meyilli olan bir gezgin kitlesinin varlığı ve artacağı aslında tüm yayınlarda bahsediliyor.
We see this actually awareness raised in traveling lately when we examine the research provided by big companies, big travel companies like Booking. We see that like people mostly prefer like sustainable ways of traveling, sustainable ways of accommodating, sustainable ways of renting cars. So this affected all our traveling habits.
Bunun yanı sıra az önce söylediğimiz gibi deneyim turizmi çok fazla öne çıkmaya başladı. Tekrar aynı konudan bahsediyor olacağım ama gittiğimiz yerde oranın küçük işletmecisi, yani aslında internete şöyle bir hemen yazdığımızda bulamayacağımız ama orada yaşayan çok ufak, belki yıllardır aynı lezzetleri koruyarak sunan yerleri arar olduk. Deneyim oldukça önemli bir noktaya geldi ve daha ziyade bu deneyimi paylaşmak da çok önemli bir noktaya geldi turizmde.
Experience and sharing the experience became one of the most important thing now in traveling because even the local enterprises, we all want to experience these local enterprises when we are traveling to somewhere. So new experiences now have more importance.
Ve son olarak da tabii ki hepimizin bildiği gibi AI'ın hayatımıza hızlı ve inanılmaz hayatımızı dolduracak şekilde girişi turizmde çok önemli bir yer kaplamaya başladı. Farkındasınızdır belki bugünden sonra daha çok fark edeceksinizdir. Artık tüm firmaların ana sayfası AI tabanına oturacak şekilde servis edilmeye başladı. En önemli uçak firmalarının dahi sitelerine girdiğinizde seyahatini planlayayım mı? Senin için öneride bulunayım mı? Sana şunu sunmamızı ister misiniz? Şeklinde aslında AI-based hale gelmeye başladı. Bu sadece sunulan hizmette değil, call center'lardaki müşteri tavsiyelerini ve problemlerini analiz etmekten tutun da bunlara dair içeriye, yani turizm endüstrisine advice, yani herhangi bir tavsiyede bulunmaya kadar AI artık her yerde olduğu gibi turizmin de çok içinde.
With the recent developments in AI, AI also has started to be used in tourism lately quite a lot. When we want to book some hotels, when we want to book some flight tickets, so we always we have this support from AI. We always realize that AI is used on that website. So this also increased AI's role in tourism.
Bunların hepimizin günlük hayatta yaptığı seyahatlere, seyahat planlamalarına dair de bazı alışkanlık değişiklikleri yarattı. Bunlardan bir tanesi influencerlar. Influencer marketing tüm alanlarda olduğu gibi turizmde şu anda çok önemli bir noktaya oturdu. İnsanlar gidecekleri yerleri ne olursa olsun ilgi alanı, o ilgi alanındaki influencer'a göre seçmeye başladılar. Bu influencer'ların tavsiyelerini de tabii ki 3 mecrada buluyorlar en çok. Bir tanesi sosyal medya, elbette birçoğu sosyal medyadan yayın yaptığı için. Ama seyahat influencerlarında diğer influencerlardan farklı olarak blog yayını ve YouTube yayını yapmak da çok popüler. Dolayısıyla bize istatistikler ve makaleler şunu söylüyor ki seyahati tutku olarak gören insanlar bir seyahat için en az 7 gün planlama yapıyorlar. 7 gün. 7 gün boyunca blogları okuyorlar, YouTube'ları izliyorlar ve kendilerine eski usul kara kalemle belki de bir rota çıkartıyorlar. Peki biz bu yolculuktan ne öğrendik ve yaptığımız uygulama ne işe yarıyor? Sadece çok kısa onu gösterip geçmek istiyorum. Bir kere akran öğreniminin yani birbirinden beslenmenin önemini gördük. Bunu fark ettik ve influencerlardan aslında faydalanmaya başladık. Bu bizim uygulamanın arayüzü. Pinito.com'dan bize ulaşabilirsiniz, bakabilirsiniz. İlgi alanına göre turizm rotaları öneren yapay zeka tabanına oturmuş bir uygulamayız biz. Çok kısa videoyu gösterip ondan sonra sunumu bitiriyor olacağım.
This is the application that we developed. Now we are showing.
Buradan gitmek istediğiniz rotaya dair destinasyonu ve o destinasyonda insanların yaşadıkları deneyimleri bulabiliyorsunuz. Aslında farklı sunmaya çalıştığımız şey bu. Bizim anlaşmalı olduğumuz ve içerik üretmesine, daha doğrusu data çekmeye izin veren influencerlardan data çekiyoruz aslında içeriye. Eğer bizlerle birlikte şu an beta testteyiz ve bu beta testte dahil olup e-mailinizi bize bırakabilirseniz sizlere bütün gelişmeleri iletmekten ve belki ilk kullanıcılarımız olmanız dolayısıyla farklı avantajlar sunmaktan çok mutlu olacağız. Tüm tavsiyeleri açık olduğumuzu da bilmenizi isteriz. Global pazarda büyümeye çalışan bir uygulamayız.
So to sum up, as you know, like influencers' role have increased recently in especially attracting people on some specific topics. So most of the people, when they are planning their travels, they usually search for some influencers pages, and then they decide where to go mostly. So a usual person, people usually spend at least 7 days to plan their travels by having these kind of attractions and by searching for these kind of experiences from the influencers. So our application is actually providing this opportunity to have several influencers recommendations in one application. So now we are on beta testing phase, and if you can just scan the QR code and if you can just help us by providing a feedback, so it will be very helpful for us, for our application.
And thank you. This is the internet website of our application. Then you find the whole information about our application. We started our journey as a different tourism application. Then now we are starting to Pinito journey in our entrepreneurship journey. Our purpose of Pinito is to make travel plans easy and personalized. And thank you for your kind attention. And thank you too.
Thank you so much, Mr. Adil, everyone for listening. I'll quickly continue with a little bit of presentation that I made. I know I'll be running out of time, so I'll make it brief. But before I start, I'll just mention some statistics with us that we found. By the time I'll finish our presentation, over 500 million sports tourists have used wearable devices. And by the time our presentation will be finished, around 200 million people have attended since sports tourism became integrated with smart technologies, the live events. And by the time we finish our presentation, sports tourism revenue is increased to around 100 billion USD. So this is how big of an industry is. We know the application of VR's smart sports technology, and even Qatar Olympics, they use it so well that they disperse the stadiums completely. So if we see a little bit of this video, we'll have a little bit of idea about the application of VR in tourism. So imagine spending nothing and going to your favorite desired
Quite
place.
realistic. Users of virtual reality technology will be able to go wherever they want, whenever they want, opening up a whole new universe of possibilities. The use of VR in tourism. Second generation virtual reality, VR, gadgets will soon be totally wireless and take users to previously inaccessible locations. Among the most promising applications of virtual reality technology is in the travel business. Travelers could wear virtual reality goggles to get a first-person perspective of their destinations. People who might never have the opportunity to travel to a certain location will be able to do so through the usage of virtual reality. Real business. What could be done to help VR in tourism grow? Using specialized software and gear, virtual reality, VR, allows users to immerse themselves in a computer-generated, three-dimensional, 3D environment that they can explore and interact with. While it's true that VR won't allow for
So now we see that AR and VR is combining to become immersive technology
the future.
in tourism. If we go on, role of incubators in tourism, since we integrated incubation centers, Ms. Melis was just speaking, because it supports innovative solutions for startups. For example, AI app, even Ms. Ladin was working in an incubation center. So IoT, AI, and AR and green initiative are super supported. We discussed about Barcelona's tourism sports hub as well, combining local sports event with tourism packages. Virtual marathons, imagine having a virtual marathon. So imagine the possibilities there. So quickly as well, I would like to share this video. This is the future of technology by Samsung. So this is an idea of smart sports presented by Samsung. So imagine, since entering the stadium to leaving to fan engagement to injury prevention, it's all done under VR and the use of technology in sports tourism. So you know which time you will enter, what is the free available parking slot. So imagine no crossover, no rush gathering, no accidents while you're leaving the stadium. Attendance, and this is also a part of big data. We are also collecting big data here. And of course, happy fan engagement and happy client experience. So Samsung and other technology companies are going to be pioneer of this. Moving on, what can be done in Izmir, Turkey? Smart marathon tracking system. We often create marathon, and Turkey is really an emerging country when it comes to sports. So real-time practice and tracking participants of the spectators and insights for runners. And it will work in Izmir because Izmir Marathon is a flagship event that attracts local and foreign tourists. And virtual cycling tour of Izmir coastal areas, we could do it. Smart stadium enhancement, for example, we have Göztepe and Altay teams here. So if we somehow arrange smart stadium engagement, their projection will be much, much more. If we go on, Izmir is a city that welcomes sports events. I have other ideas as well. For example, windsurfing and aliyah paragliding. If we integrate payment system of local and foreign tourists, personalized packages combining both sports and ecotourism, and the proximity of top adventure sports are so high in Izmir. And if we integrate smart variables in those touristic areas, there are some events in Çeşme area of Izmir. If we integrate the smart sports variable, it could be much, much better. And for example, there are some stadiums I'm mentioning with the name as well. We can establish an e-sports hub, which is lacking in our city. So if we somehow integrate it, and it can have really good impact. And we have some incubation centers in Izmir that focus on developing smart apps for sports. So there are some names as well. One of them is Technopark with the websites. So students, if you want to integrate, you can take a picture or you can just visit the websites. You can easily apply. Most of them are free. So we have these, in every university, usually there's an incubation center. And then we have the funding opportunities by TÜBİTAK and some other programs, Horizon Europe, and angel investors at capital firm in Izmir, like so TR Angel, COSGAP, for example, which Ms. Melis was integrating. By the way, I had an activity planned for us with Kahoot, but unfortunately, we're kind of running out of time. So I will hand this presentation to Ms. Melis, who also has to share a word of us. So Ms. Melis, please come and share. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Today I'm going to present you EU funding schemes and grant writing.
But actually, I have only 5 minutes, so that's why I will keep it very short. I will just share brief information because we are very behind the program. This is about me. My name is Melis Nazlı Turhal. I am a European project manager and designer. I am working with Minavaganti NGO. I am representing them here. I have 12 years of experience in project management and writing with different funding opportunities. And we have listened a lot of presentations about sports role in our life, and I really I don't want to repeat it, but with all these reasons mentioned here, European Union supports sports projects, providing different funding opportunities for sports projects. So I would like to mention briefly today about them. Yes, these are the key EU programs. These can be also a good source of funding for sports projects. These are two flagship programs of European Union. They are Horizon Europe and Erasmus+. Horizon Europe is a program created for research and innovation. It's actually one of the biggest programs globally. It's giving between 2021 and 2027. It has a 95.5 billion euro budget. Either you are a single researcher or a consortium, you can apply for different fundings under Horizon Europe program. But you need to consider some specific areas in order to get some support from Horizon Europe. These are health, environment, and digital transformation, basically. Erasmus Plus, it's an education program, education training, youth and sport program. It has also different sub-programs. It's providing its support with K-Actions, K-Action 1, 2, 3, and also the sports program. It has a specific tailor-made sports program to support sports projects. COSME, SME competitiveness program, it's usually its main aims is providing support to small, medium-sized enterprises for access to markets, for internationalization, and with the main program is the Enterprise Europe Network under this COSME program. I want to go a little deeper with Erasmus Plus, so that's why I'm skipping that part. As I indicated earlier, these are the key actions of Erasmus Plus program. And these are the mostly aim promoting European values, social inclusion, diversity, digital transformation. If you have these kind of if you have project ideas crossing these fields, Erasmus Plus would be the best program for you to apply. But I would like to say a couple of words about sports program, then I will finalize my presentation. We all spoke about these topics during these 2 days, and we believe the power of sport to encourage people's healthy lifestyles and promoting education in and through sport, promoting integrity and values in sport, combating violence and tackling racism, discrimination and intolerance in sport. Erasmus Plus sports program has some aims, of course, strengthening the grassroots sport organizations, to give the opportunity to individuals to have some mobility activities, to support some sport activities on the international level, and promoting inclusion and diversity through sport, strengthening females' leadership, encouraging females to take part in management positions. These kind of topics are very nice examples for Erasmus Plus sport program. I think I have to conclude here. As I mean, with most of you, we already met in person, and I provided also this information bilaterally. If you have any questions, I will be in front of the door at the European corner, so we can have like detailed chats. Thank you so much.
Finished, I think. May I invite Professor Dr. Volkan Altıntaş to give their participation certificates. I now invite the chair of the first session, Assistant Professor Özge Çalhan, to the stage, along with the speakers. Mr. Nicolas, Can Val, and Onur Cengiz.
We are starting the first afternoon session. Welcome to our session. And the session is being held both face-to-face and online, I think. The first speaker is Ms. Nicola Lux, Senior Project Manager at T-Mobile, United States of America, second master student, Tourism Management, Yaşar University, Turkey.
Hello, good afternoon. You got smaller since this morning. I want to thank the university as well as the sponsoring organizations for allowing me to speak. This will be a little bit different than the other presentations, as it's more of a personal testimonial to my experience in travel and tourism, dance, fitness. My name is Nicole. I am an American living in Izmir. I recently moved. My education and career doesn't have as much to do with my presentation because those were my money makers, but travel, languages, and dance are my passions, and that's what I'll speak about today. I would like to weave in some of the themes that we heard during the presentations yesterday about health and technology and wellness, and speak a little bit about my experience with travel. So first, I felt that it was necessary to legitimize dance as a form of exercise. There was a study completed this year by researchers in Australia that concluded that dance of any genre is generally equally and occasionally more effective than other types of exercise for improving a range of psychological and cognitive outcomes. This is important because sports, as we know, affect our physical health, but mental health, particularly as we get into older age, is so important. Yesterday, one of the speakers, I think Mr. Mustafa, talked about psychology in kids and how important sports are to that and their mentality. This is the same thing through all ages of life, especially as we get older. So, dance and tourism. On the right-hand part of the screen, I mentioned the Olympics. This year, there was an exciting addition to the Olympic sports, and it was actually a dance, break dance, which doesn't really, it's not the traditional dance that we think of like tango or things on the screen, but it's certainly athletic. And there are some other forms of dance in the Olympics. Rhythmic gymnastics, synchronized swimming are what came to mind. Of course, the Olympics are a huge draw for tourists and the top athletes and skilled individuals in those fields. My area of passion lies in partner dancing. And these are dances like tango, Lindy Hop, salsa. I've listed some of the destinations that are large world destinations for dance tourism, which is a subdivision of cultural tourism. These large events are held annually, the ones that I've listed, and we see, of course, just like the Olympics,
They're bringing tourists who spend money in these places, people that enjoy the gastronomy and contribute to the local culture and exchange ideas. I want to talk about Zumba mostly. I'm a licensed Zumba instructor, and this is something that's brought great joy to my life, and I'm pleased to speak about it now. If I were to tell you that there is a dance or a form of fitness that you could do indoors, or you could do it outdoors, you could do it in a swimming pool, you could do it seated in a chair, you might be surprised to learn that all of those things you can do with Zumba. Zumba is a mixture of all of the dances you see here and more, and it speaks to the global relevancy of the dance, from Afrobeat, merengue, bhangra. All of these can be mixed into Zumba. It is a form of aerobic fitness. For those who don't know, if you're unfamiliar with it, it's a brand of dance aerobics that was created. It was the brainchild of a Colombian dance instructor who came to the U.S. about 25 years ago to pursue the American dream. And he did achieve the American dream by creating a global phenomenon. Zumba is a great business. I should mention I'm not affiliated with the brand other than that I have a license, but I do not speak on behalf of the brand. Zumba combines dance and exercise, mainly aerobics, but it's special in that it combines musicality, it provides a sense of community, and its pillars are self-love and fun. How amazing is that? You don't have to lose or win, just have fun. That's what Zumba's about. So to do Zumba, you would find a gym traditionally, but thanks to COVID, we are doing a lot more things online, and you can take an online Zumba class for 30 or 50 minutes. You would perform stretching, warm-ups, get your aerobic workout in, sweat, and this can be done from anywhere in the world. As I mentioned before, there are different formats. The brand is really amazing. It's got a kids version with different age groups. This is an alternative to traditional sports. Not all kids are interested in football, basketball, right? This helps them develop still this sense of community, team sports while having fun, developing motor skills, social skills. Also, there's a form, Aqua Zumba, which happens in a swimming pool. This is better. It's lower impact on your joints. Maybe not get as hot because you're already in the pool. You're not going to pass out. But one thing that's near and dear to my heart is Zumba Gold. I like to call this Zumba Gençler. If you don't speak Turkish, there's a sweet term of endearment that is used for elders, groups of elders, which is actually youth. The word Gençler can be youths or young ones, but we call them Gençler. So Zumba Gençler, Zumba Gold, in your golden years in English. This is for older adults. It's lower intensity. It can be modified for sitting in chairs. You don't even have to be old. Maybe you broke your leg or something, you're immobile. You can still get your heart rate up and improve your mobility, which again is wonderful for everything in your life, cognition, health, and longevity. So I am going to move into the tourism aspect of this. These are some of the benefits I've already mentioned about the sport dance. And as a licensed instructor, I have access to a huge community of other instructors, which is amazing. This is a photo of a group I went on a tour with in Turkey just last month. We visited 5 cities in the southeast, and we had a tour guide. We enjoyed the gastronomy, the archaeology, the local culture of these places. And perhaps my favorite thing about this tour was doing a workout first thing in the morning, come as you are. I didn't even have to do my hair, on a rooftop in Mardin in Mesopotamia, and seeing what's been there for millennia and enjoying one of my favorite fitness activities. All of these folks are my wonderful friends who are part of the Zumba community in Turkey. The one in pink I'll mention, Ms. Didem. She is a Zumba educator that goes across Europe to the United States.
and is an excellent educator. I want to tell a quick story about this last photo as I'm wrapping up. Every sport has their celebrity. Every sport has the person that you look up to. That happens to be this guy, Beto Perez. He is from Colombia. He was the original mastermind. 3 weeks ago, I was on a small island in the Pacific Ocean called Hawaii. And in the morning, I thought, let me get some exercise. Let me Google, is there a gym? Is there a Zumba class that I can just go to and get my exercise? I walk in. The instructor welcomed me with open arms. Again, this community feeling. It's not just, a class. You don't know anyone who comes in. Everyone is greeted. They ask you, do you have any physical things we should look out for? I'm so glad you're here. She says, oh my gosh, you're visiting and you're an instructor. You are so lucky. I want you to come to this event. Beto is here. This was an event. This guy's all over the world. You can't track him. He's everywhere. That weekend, 3 weeks ago, I was able to meet him. This other instructor invited me because she knows how important it is to members of the community to meet with each other. He's the celebrity of Zumba. And just like all of us hope, the celebrities we look up to in sports, he was as humble and kind and funny as you hoped he would be. So this is the sort of inspiration actually tomorrow I'll be in Istanbul to do some Zumba training. So it keeps me active. It keeps me going around. And anytime there's a Zumba convention, I'm going to go to that city and I'm going to spend my money there and I'm going to eat the food. So I'm very excited to have this opportunity. Why not enjoy a sports holiday? Maybe do a yoga retreat, a ski event, a Zumba convention. You never know where it's going to lead. So please enjoy. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Let's move on to the second speaker. He is an engineer, John DeWall, founder of CEOinfo.nl, chairman of top sector creative industries at Ministry of Economic Affairs and Climate, the Netherlands. He is speaking about digital innovation. Hello, dear John DeWall.
Yes.
Can you hear our voices? Is it okay?
I can hear you. I can't see you. I don't know if I'm visual already.
Okay, thank you very much. You can start now.
Thank you very much. Well, thank you very much. Very happy to join your conference from Amsterdam, Netherlands. I'd like to share some thoughts on innovation, especially on data. That's what I'd like to share a little bit thoughts with you. First, who am I? What I'm talking for? You already introduced me a little bit, but my name is Jan de Waal. I'm CEO of a digital innovation agency called Info. We're an Amsterdam-based agency designing and developing all kinds of digital products. Think of apps, think of platforms, and so on. We have various clients, but all our clients we're helping with business critical propositions. So for them, digital is very important, and we help them to move further in this digital transition world. We've been awarded a number of awards, all based on the projects we did with our clients, together with our clients, on digital innovation. So that's me. Data. I think data is it's a very important tool for services for society today. So I'd like to share a few thoughts with that. First, of course, data is already everywhere in our society, in our daily life. This guy having a smartwatch, knowing exactly what his heart rate is while he's sporting, etc., but also having goals listed on his phone. It's all about data. And that data is not only back to ourselves, but it's coming from various sources. On this example, this is a training field where with those smart buttons, as you see them over there, they also collect data because they know the position of the players. And well, it's not like data from a person, but it's also data from a collective. And we can see, of course, all kinds of new sources of data, all about our personal movements, of all kinds of sensors. Now, it's important to understand that our data is not only collecting data, that data is also defining the ways how we use services. For example, we all know Spotify, and it started, of course, of being a nice playlist, and it kind of moved forward in helping us to discover new kinds of music and so on. Of course, with the help of AI, which becomes increasingly important. But I think the same will apply to sports as well. It's not only just monitoring data, not only just looking at see how did that perform, but it's also integrating in helping us to stimulate to sport and making personalized plans, sporting plans, integrated in the devices we use for sports. And of course, you all probably know about the metaverse, VR, virtual reality, and that's even furthermore extending how we will use data to in not only sports but also in tourism and the whole part of our work, of our daily life. And it also might lead not only to virtual worlds where we can sport in esports, so to say, but also to kind of mixed combination of new sports. What is this guy doing? Is he playing a new competition, a virtual competition with somebody else in the world, or is he just is he part of an entire new sport? Well, I think that, of course, that's the challenging and interesting part of data. Now, in order to see, and this is just a few slides to mention the enormous importance of data and how we use data in our services, especially also in sports. Now, I'd like to share a few technology trends on data, which also I think become very relevant for sports education. One is, of course, that you see all this data is all over the place. It's in sporting applications, it's in smart watches, it's with Apple, it's with Google, it's anywhere. So it's not about applications anymore. It's far more about what we call the API. How is that data? How are services working together? Second one is, of course, that we see that, and it's called edge computing. That we see hardware becoming far more smarter, far more smaller. So all kinds of what we used to call Internet of Things. Technology is really moving into our lives in all kinds of ways. This sporter has still a lot of wires connected to him, but we already see, of course, lots of wearables that have sensors integrated in them. So I think this will push enormously in the next few years. Another important technology concept is the concept of digital twins. With all these digital data sources, it's becoming actually you can't be more and more creating what we call a digital twin. So all these data points from either it's a person coming from your sensors, personal sensor, or the behavior with applications on all kinds of platforms, you are able to form a more virtual reality representation of a person, of a sporter. And this becomes a very important technology, especially, of course, with who is owning the data. And more we move to data fabrics, because it's of course also an ethical question, right? Of who is this data? Can I use it? Am I allowed to use it? Especially also important to the scientific community. If you want to do research on data, it's becoming more and more difficult to get your hands on real good data. So third, the last part of my thoughts I'd like to share is how do we get there? So we see an enormous, huge use of data applications, and how do we make it manageable? Right? You're probably at the conference all from different audiences, researchers, business people, governments. How are we going to make use of this enormous flood of data? And only just to share you, this is a slide of all kinds of companies, of organizations who are collecting data from sporters, from both on entertainment as professional, and that's a lot. So what we always say we use design in order to make valuable applications for our organizations. Because with design, it helps really to create value, and that's what we use with the data. Data is just, well, you could say it's water. Some say it's oil, it's the oil, but as we would say it's water. We need data for applications to work. And there are two important aspects of approaching this data flood. First, start small and learn from your experiences, and then move further. So the other one is design thinking. You might have heard of it, but with design, it's not just about the visual presentation, but it's also about the desirability, but it's also about is it technical feasible, as well as is it viable in terms of can we make a sustainable economic model out of applications. And that can be done in steps. But in order to start, it's very important to start with a clear approach, a clear vision. And at Info, we always use this milestone approach, where we do a researching phase, where we research to read the problem. How are you going to use the data for an application? Where does it come from? Who's the owner? And then, of course, frame it and say, well, with this data, with these opportunities, we can make such an application. And in the end, of course, then we're going to design and make it visible, so it becomes tangible as well. Right. This is what I would like to share with you. Thank you very much for your attention. And well, maybe there's some questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the presentation. I think it's better to get questions at the end of the sessions. So now already, okay. Do you have any questions to John the Wall? Okay. I think now we don't have any questions about your presentations. Thank you very much for your attendance.
Thank you.
Now, for our session, we already one more speaker. He's Onur Cengiz. He's talking about AI in Stadium Management, Technology Officer, AMLIX, Turkey.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I want to introduce myself first. I'm Onur Cengiz. I'm an AI engineer right now, a software engineer turned an AI engineer. I have a PhD in astrophysics also. I am the co-founder of AMLIX with my wife, lovely wife, Defne. I want you to imagine the future of stadium management, not just about the roar of the crowd or excitement on the pitch, but also about efficiency, fun engagement, and intelligent data-driven operations. Today, we are diving into how artificial intelligence is transforming stadiums into smart, interactive experiences. Now, let's start with AI already is doing in stadium management. Picture Wembley or the Allianz Arena. These stadiums already have AI-driven crowd management systems. The algorithms behind these systems process camera feeds in real time, tracking crowd movements, and identifying potential bottlenecks. This reduces wait times, makes ingress and egress smoother, and ensures safety. When you are just trying to get the food stand, you are in a human traffic jam, so-called, and AI makes sure you are spending more time enjoying the game and less time navigating the crowds. Speaking of efficiency, AI is also optimizing energy management with AI-powered systems. Venues like Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta automatically adjust heating, cooling, lighting based on occupancy data, ensuring optimal comfort without wasting energy. It's like the stadium has developed a sixth sense for knowing exactly when to dim the lights or cool things down, making operations leaner, greener, and of course, cheaper. But let's push the envelope a bit. Because why stick to conventional when you can think big? Imagine this, piezoelectric floor panels. These panels could be placed in key areas like entrances, walkways, and even under the stands. Every step, every jump made by an excited fan creates a small burst of electricity, multiply that by tens of thousands of people, and suddenly crowd is not just watching the game, they are powering it. Imagine a jump for power moment on a big screen during halftime. Here, the entire crowd jumps and the power meter surge upwards. Not only would this be innovative power source, but it also make an unforgettable fun interaction moment. Let's talk about fun engagement with AI-driven personalization. Picture this: you arrive at the stadium, AI facial recognition identifies you at the gate, your AR-enabled app guides you directly to your seat, where you can grab your favorite drink all the way. By the time you're at the seat, the app knows you are a diehard supporter of the home team, and it offers you a Tier 1 exclusive mark available only to fans attending to that game. Think of it as a personal game assistant powered by AI. In Barcelona, Camp Nou Stadium is experimenting with chatbots to answer fun questions. Let's take that concept further. Imagine AI-powered digital twin of the entire stadium, and AI constantly learns and adapts, capable of running simulations to predict outcomes of different scenarios. Whether it's preparing for a sold-out concert or reacting to an unexpected weather event, AI can run thousands of what-if situations and helping stadium managers prepare for anything. It's like having Doctor Strange on your side, running millions of simulations to ensure everything goes smoothly. Consider drone-based monitoring. Real-time AI-enhanced drones could hover over parking lots, stadium grounds to direct traffic, both pedestrian and vehicle. You could also use them for food delivery to seats. Imagine ordering a hot dog on your app and drone delivers it right to your seat. And lastly, let's address the waste management, one of the most overlooked aspects of stadium operations. Imagine AI-driven smart bins that can not sort waste automatically, but provide real-time analytics on consumption patterns. These bins would help stadiums reduce the waste and promote sustainability by analyzing which concession stands produce the most waste, which products are often discarded, and even encouraging funds with app-based challenges to properly sort their trash for rewards. So AI isn't just changing how we manage stadiums, it's revolutionizing the fun experience, optimizing operations, and pushing sustainability. It's turning stadiums into an experience that begins the moment you step out of your car and doesn't end until you are home checking the app for the game highlights. To conclude, stadium management is evolving from just crowd control to a fully immersive, intelligent ecosystem. AI enables stadiums to be more than just places where games are played. They become vibrant hubs of efficiency, entertainment, and engagement. So next time you step into a stadium, think of the tech humming behind the scenes. It's not just players giving their all out there. AI is working just as hard as to make sure you have an unforgettable experience. And thank you all for listening. Goodbye.
Thank you for your presentation. Yes, if you have any questions or contributions, I guess from now. Okay, yeah, your turn.
Thank you for your presentation. I would like to ask, how many drones can serve at the same time in the stadium? Because, 80,000 people, 70,000 people sitting in the stadium. Do you have an idea for this?
I have a basic idea. I didn't do the experience. I just know about the Göztepe Stadium for Gürsel Aksel. We are living very close to it. And it's about 20,000 people, I guess, the stadium. You should divide that by 1,000, so it won't affect the fun experience. About 20 drones should suffice for a 20,000 people stadium.
Any more questions? Okay, thank you very much, both for speakers and participants. Now, just we'll present our certificates.
You guys, now we will have 10 minutes coffee break. After that, we will have our last session here. The last session will start. So I would like to kindly invite the chair of the last session, Professor Dr. Volkan Altıntaş, to the stage, along with the speakers Stefano Cucco, Mr. Hasan Çil, and Mr. Barbaros Salman.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. I think we are now approaching the last session of 2 days, and thank you very much again being here. And from morning up to now, I think it was really heavy, but at the same time, very interesting topics we discussed. Now we have actually one remote, one stream connection. We will go to Italy. Then from Germany, we have one guest next to me. He will explain maybe more about himself. And Mr. Barbaros Salman also, he will be explaining about sport diplomacy and tourism as peace builder in the next round. So, if you don't mind, I would like to also invite in the first session, Maria, can you please join us? Maybe here or there, if wherever you want. We would like to welcome, first you should go to Italy, Mr. Stefano Cucca.
I will make an introduction to Stefano.
Yes, maybe Maria can start. Welcome, but we will just start after her, explanation, please.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Yesterday, when I was describing the philosophy of ICSE, I mentioned basically 3 keywords that are itinerance, creating connection, and being inspired one to another. And if I have to think to someone that can sum it up, the 3 of them, is actually Stefano Cucca, because thanks to his great job that he's doing with Rumundo and the Rumundo Academy, he traveled the world in the most sustainable way possible that I could have things. He's not afraid of new challenges and is keeping on inspiring new generation. So, round of applause for Mr. Stefano Cucca.
Floor is yours, Stefano. Please.
Yeah, there is a video now or later?
Yeah, I think it's coming.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Yeah, so the video is done, it's finished. Can I start with the presentation? Because I can see you.
Yes, you can also start your presentation.
Okay, so thank you so much to everyone. Thank you to everyone to invite me here in this beautiful stage. Thank you for my presentation, and maybe there are not too many expectations about that. So let me say something about me and Rumundo. And as you can see from the title, like repopulation through sport, tourism, and education. Just few words about me, but more or less, you heard about. So, like, the truth is that 10 years ago, more or less, a little bit more, I was thinking, like, what we can do to try to support this world. And I went to US, I studied business for sustainability, and then the project was cycling around the world in search of stories and sustainable lifestyle. Through 5 countries, 32,000 kilometers, I'm in love with sport. I made also different Ironman and half Ironman. I used to train and spend and invest a lot of time in my life with sport. And also I'm involved in education with youth in particular. And after this trip, I was living in Cape Town, South Africa. And now I go back to Sardinia because I'm from Sardinia. With this small organization, Romundo, we are like a sustainable incubator. We used to support hundreds and hundreds of startups in more or less in every part of the world through this base point, South Africa and Sardinia. We used to run the first circular economy in Italy in partnership with the university. We run the social innovation school trying to support youth through educational program like using innovation. But which kind of innovation? The innovation that can make the world better. And we are running like a project like Mediterranean, where people that are from countries in conflict between that, from Russia to Ukraine to Palestine, all together working to try to design like solution. But like today, I have to say the truth, I changed a little bit my presentation because I hear about, thank you to all the speakers that we are talking before me these few days, a lot of dates, but I want to just like give to you one picture. But you know sure more than me about that. And now, like as a founder of Romundo, I'm involved like in a beautiful project. What is this beautiful project? Like, you know, like Sardinia basically we have a problem. It's one of the best beautiful country for me ever, but it's really particular. Like a lot of stuff happens, you know, in this small island that is just like 200 kilometers square. What we are trying to do, we are trying to run through education, sports, and pollution. In particular, like we are trying to connect, you know, this world all together. And we start from this case study, you know, it's in the northeast of Sardinia. But you know, like here, like the economy is running really fast, like in summertime. But one of our program is like the population. So like in summertime, you can see beautiful place, beautiful beach, a lot of people working, program for everything. But basically after October, islands start to be empty. And this is a problem. So many youth used to leave, like, you know, this land because they used to say, okay, but we are working just 3 months. We cannot leave working for 3 months and 4 months. And then really, like, I have to say thank you again to you because, like, when we are talking with Berlin, we said like sport and education can be really useful for many stuff, but can be really useful also to try to give back from the population, you know, mood where we are going. Because like, I can tell you later that in Sardinia, like 83,000 youth, like we have more or less 1.5 million people, but every single year, more or less 83,000 youth are living. And we were thinking what we can do. Like, we would like to start from here. These facilities that we have, where you can see that like sport is one of the biggest points, you know, but also education and sport can be anti-depopulation. So like basically what we would like to do, what we are thinking, what we are planning to do, we are trying to focus, you know, through such a big investment to try to make an international school. Why? Because like the international school, first of all, will be able to attract people from every country in the world. They cannot see our island just like a summer space, a summer area. spend 1 or 2 months in summer, but we can give the opportunity through education, through sport, to try to design like a solution also for the winter time. So also to host maybe like a national team, and also to increase, to improve the economy, to the local economy, because in this case, this space, this area, they used to work just like 4 or 5 months. They can work for 12 months, So like for me, the idea today was just like to give a light, how we are trying to do something through these two big elements, sport education, and also, like I hear and I can see like impressive speaker. We are also really open to have collaboration, to open with all of you guys, because it's really important also to try to push how again education and sport can be like a key, can be a tricky point to make like environment in many areas, So just like my short and simple conclusion can be, we are trying to do our part. We have just to do that. Like we start to run this project now that will be open next year, and there are hundreds of families asking if it's true because they want to move to Sardinia. So like basically, project like that can be useful not just to stop the population, the local people that are living, but also we can be attractive, from other people. Maybe they are living in London, New York, or another place, and maybe they would like to have like a best life, maybe in Sardinia or like an area like that. That's economy speaking are working just for 3 months, and like we can feel now with all our team how impressed, how strong, how useful is to try to focus with education and sport with this activity. So thank you for your attention. You can just coffee break. So I know this day you were really full of important, impressive speaker. I'm giving to you just my detail, and thank you so much to everyone.
Thank you very much. Well, it's interesting because this is you are talking about alternative models of living conditions, and you are trying to add sports and the facilities, and how can you keep the population in this case Sardinia, especially for young people. I think in Europe this could be one problem, but also in some regions in my country, also sports and this. Alternative models can be added. So thank you very much. From my side, maybe after this presentation, I would like to check more about your project and your details. Thank you, but I would like to turn to stage. Any question, any comments for this interesting presentation? Yes, we have one.
Thank you, Stefano, for this nice presentation. My name is Melis. What are the key points for increasing sport tourism in the low season? My question is this.
Like in this case, like considering like the day before yesterday, I was swimming in Sardinia. For local people, it's super cold. For local people, we are already in winter. So people that are living in another country, in the north of Europe, in the north of all the area, there are countries where now maybe there are 2 degrees or less than 0, or maybe they're running with a t-shirt. So it's really relative, the weather. In Sardinia, we have such a beautiful weather, not considering the local mentality, and we have a lot of facilities that are open just a few months. So the tricky point would be like to try to attract, as we made already, national team and host here like for a relatively cheap price, so we can be maybe competitive with other countries that are doing the same too, but in such a simple and easy place where you could, from Olbia or Cagliari, you can fly easy in everywhere, in particular specific in Europe. So also for many teams, it will be super easy to move. This place is like 5 minutes from from the airborne and 8 minutes from the airport. And a lot of like national team already contact with us because they're interested. Or another point will be also why don't make like some educational center for sportive people to teach them management or other stuff that can be really useful for them when they will be already not an athlete, because this is another problem. Like a lot of professionals are like super young, and now sport like is so stressful also, let's say, you have to be a talent, okay, but most of them when they are 27, 28 are done. Maybe they heard also a lot of money in their career, but they didn't study because they start to push since they are 14, 15, more or less in every kind of sport. So also, to make specific course just with that, just for that.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All the best from Izmir.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks again. And now we will go from Italy to actually Germany. And Mr. Hasanci from Aziz Nesin Grundschule, and also as a professional side, maybe he will explain Türkiye Spor from Berlin. The floor is yours. Acceptance from this, different from other presentation. The presentation will be in German, and maybe one of the last speakers will be also explaining now as Hasan in Turkish. But if it's needed, I will be also helpful in English. The floor is yours, please.
Şimdi futbolda bizim çocuklarımıza haftanın bir günü 90 dakika olmak üzere futbol antrenman imkanı sunuyoruz ve bu durumda çocuklar kendileri seçiyorlar. Artık futbola veya başka etkinliklere katılmak istediklerini kendileri yapıyorlar, karar veriyorlar. Biz de böyle aktif olan çocukları gördüğümüz zaman, yetenekli çocukları gördüğümüz zaman onları kazandırıp, onların ebeveynlerle konuşup onları Berlin'deki değişik kulüplere yapıyoruz, tavsiyeleri sallıyoruz. Çocuklarımız orada deneme antrenmanlara gidip hocalar da beğendiği zaman orada bir kulüp futbolcusu olarak spor eğitimine orada devam ediyorlar. Şimdi size birazdan bir trailer söyleyeceğim. Yani bu trailer'da göreceksiniz çocuklarımızla birlikte bir sene boyunca yapmış olduğumuz etkinlikten çıkan duruma futbol turnuvası. Şimdi Berlin'de yılda bir defa Avrupa okulları arası futbol turnuvası düzenleniyor. 3 dakika sürecek. Size iyi seyirler diyorum. Ondan sonra sunuma devam edeceğim. Teşekkür ederim. Ekranda gördüğünüz gibi futbolla, sporla çocuklarımıza nasıl bir katkıda sağlandığımızı görüyorsunuz. Takım oyunu, birlik, beraberlik, futbolun, sporun bir oyun olduğunu, centilmenlik, fair play hepsi ön planda. Bizim okulumuza ve spor alanlarında çocuklarımıza en önemli olan şey, öğrettiğimiz şey ilk kural saygıdır. Saygı, centilmenlik, futbolun bir oyun olduğunu, yani 3 neticeden sahip olduğunu, berabere de kalabilirsin, kaybedebilirsin, kazanabilirsin. Biz söylüyoruz çocuklara, kazandığınız zaman tabii ki seveceksiniz. Kaybettiğiniz zaman üzülün ama fazla abartmadan. Ama rakibe gideceksiniz, rakiple bir tokalaşacaksınız, yani check-and yapacaksınız diyoruz. Ve bu da takım oyunu olduğunu gösteriyor. Bireysel futbolcuları biz hiçbir zaman piyasaya çıkartmadık. Kalbimizde vardır, kim daha aktif, biraz daha yetenekli olan çocukları her zaman görüyoruz. Ama benim yaptığım bu iş yaklaşık son 10 senedir Azdes'in ilkokulunda çalışıyorum. Kendim de futbol adamıyım. UEFA'nın B lisansına sahibim. Kendi inisiyatifimle veya idarecilerimizin onayıyla genç yetenekleri bir şekilde keşfedip onları kulüplere yönlendiriyorum. Dolayısıyla bu kulüplerdeki çocuklar ilerledik yaşlarına rağmen ellerini geliştiriyorlar ve bunları profesyonel bir kulübe veya milli takıma kazandırmaya çalışıyoruz. Yani bunu övünerek söyleyebiliriz. Bizim okuldan şimdiye kadar son 8-10 sene içinde 2 tane milli futbolcu çıktı. Genç yaşlarda oynadı, altyapıda. Halen şu an bir futbolcumuz, bir öğrencimiz futbol yaşantısını Portekiz'de devam ettiriyor. Yani parasını bir şekilde okulun yanı sıra futboldan kazanıyor. Profesyonel bir yol almış gidiyor. Yani bunlar çok çok önemli. Ama işte dediğimiz gibi ağaç yaş gelince ben futbola çok yaşta başladım. İlgi gösterdik. İlgi gösterdiğinden dolayı bir plastik topla başladık futbol oynamaya. 1973 yılında Berlin'e dünyaya geldim. Ve o dönem çok farklıydı. O dönemde böyle istediğimiz her şeyi alamıyorduk. Çocukluk dönemlerimizde biz daha fazla sokakta, parklarda arkadaşlarımızı keşfederek orada biz futbol oynadık. Bu da bana ne yaptı? Bu da benim güçlü olan tarafımı gösterdi. Ben futbola meyilli olduğum için yani çocukluğumdan beri futbol oynuyordum. Halen de oynuyorum. 51 yaşındayım. Veteranlar Ligi'nde oynuyorum. Yani futbol becerimle veya teknik şeyleri genç kardeşlerimize kazandırmaya çalışıyorum. Bunun haricinde bizim eğer açabilirsek tabii yine bir saniye. Evet, başarılarımız son yaklaşık 9 senede futbolda yapmış olduğumuz başarılarla ilgili birkaç resim göstereceğim size. Ekranda resimde gördüğünüz gibi antrenör olarak ben de antrenör olan oğlum Emrah Çil'le birlikte Azdes'in ilkokulun bir açık alan futbol şampiyonasını birinciliğini kutluyoruz. Maç sonu çekilmiş olan bir resim. Evet, ikinci resimde gördüğünüz gibi Avrupa Şampiyonası turnuvasında bundan yaklaşık 3 sene önce katılmış olduğumuz Avrupa Şampiyonası'nda turnuva öncesi çektiğimiz bir resim. Turnuva sonunda şampiyonluk yaşamıştık. 12 katılan Avrupa okulları arasında biz Türkiye'yi ve okulumuzu temsilen şampiyon olmuştuk. Bir de bir SEM şampiyonasından şimdi Berlin'deki ilkokullar arası futbol turnuvalarında ilk önce yarı finale gelebilmek için semt şampiyonasına çıkmanız gerekiyor. İlk 2 sırayı almanız lazımdı. Biz de bu şampiyonada ilk 2 sıra dereceye girmiştik. Ve bir bölgesel lige katılmaya kazanmıştık. Oradan enstantele. Resminde gördüğünüz gibi ben, oğlum ve sayın müdürümüz Demet Timur. Çocukların başarısını her zaman desteklemişler. Biz sadece erkek futbol takımımız yoktu okulumuzda. Biz kızlarımıza da çok değer veriyoruz. Şimdi gördüğünüz gibi ekranda kız futbol takımımız Adres Milli Okulu'nun futsal turnuvasından bir görüntü, bir resim çektik. Ve dolayısıyla bu sporla birlikte kızlarımıza da bu fırsatı tanıyoruz. En güzel başarı kızlarımın başarısı bu sene 2024 yılının Haziran ayında Avrupa Şampiyonası'nda ilk defa finale çıktılar. Final maçında da iyi mücadele sonunda 2. sırayı aldık. Benim için büyük bir başarıydı. Kızların göstermiş olduğu efor ve başarı. Berlin'de en çok ses getirdiğimiz yıl 2020 yılıydı. Pandemi öncesi futsal turnuvası adında yaklaşık 3 ay süren müsabakalarda 383 katılım vardı. İlkokulların katıldığı turnuvadan biz Adres Milli Okulu Berlin şampiyonu olmuştuk. Ekranda gördüğünüz gibi şampiyonadan sonra çekmiş olduğumuz resimler. Burada da Alman basını gelmişti, tebrik etmişti. Maç sonu çocukların duygularını almak istemişlerdi. Yaklaşık 500 seyircinin önünde biz bu kupayı kaldırdık. Türk basınımız da bizi yalnız bırakmıyor. Onlara da teşekkür ederim. Berlin'de faaliyet gösteren. 2024 yılında katılmış olduğumuz turnuvasında da erkeklerde 3. sırada turnuvayı bitirmiştik. Bir turnuvamızda da yine Avrupa Şampiyonası'nda orada da erkeklerle dereceye girip final oynadık. Hatta ekranda gördüğünüz gibi canlı olarak Sayın Profesörümüz Doktor Volkan Alttaş da oradaydı. Kendisi de gördü bu çocukların başarısını, ilgisini, alakasını büyük bir ses getirmişti o dönem. Ve bu senenin flash haberi bizim için ve sizler için 16 Avrupa okullarının katılmış olduğu turnuvada yaklaşık 2 ay önce erkek futbol takımımızda NAM Avrupa şampiyonu olduk. Ve arka planda eğer görebilirseniz şurada bir kızımız da var. Ben özellikle erkek futbol takımı arasında aktif olan bir kızımızı daha aldık. Bu kızımız çok yetenekli. Berlin'in en iyi kulüplerinden bir tanesine transfer oldu. Şu an futbol hayatını orada sürdürüyor. Gördüğünüz gibi onu da erkeklerin oynadığı bir müsabakadaki futbol takımına davet etmiştim. Aynen devam ediyoruz. İşte en son şampiyonadan olan enstantaneler. Çocuklar çok mutlu, sevinçli. Takım ruhunu bir defa daha yansıyorlar. Gözlerinden ve suratından görüyorsunuz nasıl sevdiklerini. Bu da bize gurur ve mutlu veriyor. Ben özellikle yapmış olduğum işten çok zevk alıyorum. Çünkü çocuklarımız çok önemli. Bizim geleceğimiz her zaman ne olursa olsun spora yönlendirmemiz lazım. Onun için eğer ben de böyle bir durumda bir katkıda bulunuyorsam ne mutlu bana. Sizlere yordum, kusura bakmayın. İlginize alakanız teşekkür ederim. Eğer soru varsa
First Turkish, English. Teşekkür ediyoruz. Çok sağ olun. Açıkçası benim için de önemli bir an. Orada beni görmeniz tesadüf değil. O fotoğraflardan birinde de benim oğlum var. Özellikle bugün birkaç yıl önce sporla entegrasyon, eğitim ve çocukların gelişimiyle ilgili ben Hasan Hoca ile karşılaştıktan sonra ve oradaki başarılara şahit olduktan sonra bunu Türkiye Cumhuriyeti'nde de şanslıyız ki burada kendi üniversitemizde paylaşmasını rica ettim. Ben ayrıca teşekkür ediyorum. Buraya kadar geldi. Bu okul döneminde bizlerle birlikte oldu. Bilmeyenler açısından da Berlin'de 2 dilli tek Alman okulunun bir Türk okulu olarak şu an orada devam eden birçok Türk vatandaşımızın orada olduğunu da söylemek durumundayım. Tekrar teşekkür edeyim. I would like to thank for Hasan's presentation. It was really interesting, especially from maybe Turkish friends and participants. But if it's needed, I can translate all tonight for our Italian, German and all partners. Thank you. Any questions or var mı bir soru arkadaşlar Hasan Bey? Yoksa bir soru var Özbey Bey'den sen.
Sunumuz için teşekkür ediyoruz. Hocam, sporcular hepsi Türk müdür ya da Almanlarda var mıdır?
Şimdi şöyle söyleyeyim, bizim okul 2 dilli olmasına rağmen bizde sadece bir anne ve baba Türk olacak denilen bir kayda yok. Yani şunu demek istiyorum. Anne baban da Alman olup da çocuğu bizim okula kaydedebilir veya atıyorum anne Türk baba Fransız hiç fark etmiyor. Bizim kapımız herkese açık. Önemli olan Berlin gibi büyük bir şehirde dünya dillerinin bir araya gelip birbirlerinden bir şey öğrenmeleri. Ben kendim az önce başta Kreuzberg müziğiyle sahneye çıktım. Ben kendim Berlin doğumluyum, Kreuzbergliyim. Yani yıllardır orada utanç duvar öncesi Berlin'in durumunu çok iyi bilen insanlardan birisiyim. Yani ben aslında yurt dışında gurbet dediğimiz yerde yaşayan insanların sesiyim. Yani onları en iyi anlayan kişi ben bunun için de onların sesi olmak için buraya geldim. Teşekkür ederim.
Hocam zaten bilerek bir soruyu sordum. Orada yabancı bir ülkede olup bir göçmen sayılıyorsunuz. Kültürler arası ilişkinin de sporla artık aslında çok büyük etken. Spor, gençlerin özellikle birlikte çalışması, spor yapması. Biz de bu konularda çalışıyoruz. Teşekkür ederim.
Ben size teşekkür ederim. Sağ olun.
Çok teşekkürler. Sağ olun.
Güzel. Kapatmadan önce Volkan hocamız rica etmişti. İlerlemiş yaşlara rağmen bir topla bir gösteri yapabilir misin diye. Eğer arka taraftan topu alabilirsek.
Bravo. Bu özelliği var mı?
Sadece bir iki hareket gösterelim.
Bir daha sor. Bir daha sor. Yani prospekt küçük İstanbul. Bir daha sor. Bir daha sor. Yani prospekt küçük İstanbul.
Thank you very much again for finishing today's session. I think it was one of the most activity we had. Thank you. Today's last speaker and last session's last speaker, I would like to invite Mr. Barbaros Salman. He will be explaining as sport diplomacy, tourism as peace builder, and the floor is yours. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. I think you're lucky because I'm the last speaker, and then after you will be free, because you have been discussed all the points. I think for 2 days. Just a few words I can't say more. I think, but I would like to thank you first of all, Katip Çelebi University, and then the organization, and thank you for all attendees for the students. First of all, I'm here to represent the Rotary because, you know, we are one of the civil social organization which is representing UN, United Nations, and we try to solve some problems for the humanity, and we try to do touch the all points in our human life. First of all, what's Rotary? Jesus. Third one, providing clean water. Fourth one, saving mothers and children. Fifth one, supporting education. Sixth one, growing local economies. The last one, protecting the environment. You see, the Rotary 7 points in human life, and they are very important points when you check the item by item. You see, at the first one, which is the most important, I said, peace building and conflict resolution. You know, the world has a big conflict now, before, and in the future also. How we solve our problems, each other's. We should think about first ourselves, I think. Not to big size. You should solve your problems with yourself, first of all, with your family, with your wife, with your children, with your friends, with your neighbors, with your teachers, with your all of business friends. And then after, if you can solve the problems with them, and then the world becomes more happier. And the governments, countries, they are all of them competing, each other's. And that's why they are fighting each other's. They are, they are looking to earn money from some things, from gun industry, from metals, from everything. They would like to make profit, and nobody wants to be late for anything. That's why we should be work. We should be, we should be careful for all dangers, and we should solve all problems with diplomatic way and with the discussing. And shortly, just 20 days ago it was, and we invited some young people from Germany, about 24 musicians and dancers, and we invited 25 again musicians and dancers from Russia. And from Turkey, also some university students, musicians attend. It's about 27 students. They were Turkish ones, and all together they make a one-piece camp in Çeşme Şifne Hotel, which Çeşme community support us, and they spent together 1 week, and they practice their concert together, and they communicate each others and from different cultures. And then we had 2 concerts. One was in Çeşme. Another second one is, I told you, the biggest concert. It was 2nd of November in Adnan Saygun Concert Hall, and totally 1,200 people watch this concert. It was amazing. Really, it was amazing, because at the end, most of people was crying, because, we talk about peace with the music, and we communicate through the music for peace with the other countries' people. And this is the one of the biggest projects for us also for this year, to welcome to these young musicians and dancers. And it was a connection. It was one tourism facility. It was one, culture exchange facility. And it was really greatest project for us, also for Germans and for Russians also. Still continue some, Zoom meetings together with them, and we are keeping touch, and we just became a friends also with them with this concert. Okay, sports and peace. Sport can be a powerful tool in establishing and maintaining peace. Also, let's check together. Here are some ways sport can contribute to peace. Intercultural communications, what we talked, a few minutes ago, we said, by bringing people from different cultures together, sport can help reduce prejudice and increase cultural understanding. You start to understand more. If you go to one country, also, if you visit some country, you can understand more their realities, more their thinking way. Because we have one culture ourselves, the Turkish culture, let's say. We like something to do, but they don't like something to that way. To learn each other lives is very important, and to respect. This is very important also. Teamwork and collaboration. Sports contribute to individuals' learning values such as teamwork, solidarity, and fair play, which our Mr. Chill already explained. These values are essential for building a peaceful society also. Teamwork. Teamwork is again, it's a very important point for your life, for your business life. If you don't work in teamwork system, you will be alone in your business life. And you can't do anything yourself alone in your life. You should do everything together, and you should take help from others, and then you can build up one big issue, one big project or something. For example, I told you on concert we did, 12 Rotary clubs worked for that one, and Germany also worked that one, and Russia worked that one. And, you know, in the backstage, there are so many people to do this concert, to do this conference. You know, maybe you can see the 20-25 speakers here, but the backstage, how many people are there? And they worked a lot. And they did, you know, presentation, they checked, and, you know, so many issues. That's why teamwork is the most important thing in your lives. And you can be leader with a teamwork. And sports make you team worker. And the best teamwork sport for me, sailing. Please, you try to sail, but race with a race, not for a journey, with a racing. You know, the boats, yacht races I'm talking about, normally 10, 12 sailors work on it. If one of them works a little bit than the others, and if he makes wrong also some things, you can be late for the race. Maybe you can see the, you know, sailing races, they're going so slowly, you think. But at the end, they're racing for seconds because they're calculating system. And if someone works less than the other one, or if doesn't do his responsibility exactly, the team is losing at the end. That's why everybody needs each other's in the business, studying, in the country, in the life, for everything. Youth improvement, sports. Sport enables young people to gain self-confidence, develop their leadership skills, and accrue positive role models. This encourages young people to make positive contributions to society. You know, we are talking about almost similar things and saying similar things, and all points go to the same point. Distraction and therapy, sports. You know, in our life, we have stress, a lot of stress. In the morning, when you go out from your home, when you're coming to school or your business, you have stress. You have stress in business, you have stress at home, everything. But you need to relax. The best way to do the sport, to clean your brain, to clean your body, to for your health, for everything. For people living in conflict zones, sports can be a way to distress, reduce trauma, and take a break from the challenge of everyday life. Don't say, please, I don't have a time to do sport. You should have a time to do sport. If you do sport, you have more energy, you have more relaxed and more positive. I'm almost 60 years old. I try to do all sports in my life, and I would like to do more of them also if I have time more. I said, you should find some solution to do the sport. But I think you're young and you can find time because later it's more difficult. Global events for sport. International sporting events such as Olympic and the World Cup can strengthen cooperation and diplomatic relations between countries. Olympic Games, really, this is incredible organization for the world. You have seen the Paris Olympic Games. Even there are so many wars in the world, but still they competed each others in the Olympic Games with the fair rules, and they respect each others. That's why communicate with the other countries, with the other nations, is the most important thing to understand each others.
Can we summarize?
Yeah.
Please.
And contribution of sports to peace should not be overlooked. With its unflying power, sport can create positive change around the world. And quickly, let's talk about tourism and peace. Tourism can play an important role in establishing and maintaining peace. Here are some ways tourism can contribute to peace also. Cultural exchange, we talk about it. Tourism allows people from different cultures to interact with each other and increase cultural understanding. This helps reduce basis and misunderstanding. Economic development, tourism makes. Tourism creates job opportunities by promoting economic development. As economic prosperity increases, it becomes possible for social tensions to decrease and more peaceful environment to be created. And tourism diplomatic relations. Tourism strengthens diplomatic relations between countries. Tourism activities allow for increased cooperation and dialogue between states. Tourism strengthens diplomatic relations between countries and tourism activities. And tourism environmental sustainability helps. Sustainable tourism practice contribute to protection of natural resources and increase environmental awareness. This, in turn, can help prevent environmental conflicts also. Education and awareness rising. Tourism contributes to develop the global citizenship awareness by helping people understand different lifestyles and worldwide. You see on the screen, this is from India, this picture, this colorful festival. We are in the one color festival in the world. We never forget this one.
Mr. Salman, please just 2 minutes. Okay. Please. Thank you.
Thank you. Social presentation and solidarity tourism. Tourism helps to local communities develop and increase the social solidarity. This is important for ensuring peace and harmony. Tourism, when managed correctly, can make a great contribution to the creation of a world of peace and harmony. Thank you very much, and great hope for peace. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you again. And I think when I see the group of people trying to finish all, I will close our session, and I would like to invite our speakers to the stage to give their certificate. Thank you again.
Are we live still? Yes.
Yes.
So thank you everybody who contributed to this. As Mr. Salomon mentioned, it was about teamwork, and such we were, and as such we will continue. A very big thanks to our host, this city, the speakers, and I want to conclude with that of course the ICSE initiative will continue. It is bubbling, spin-offs are created, generated, even startups are being produced. And it is a box in a box that I would recommend. Go to the website, learn more about it. Thanks to all the students. That was learned a lot, I hope, through this experience. We're gonna go to cheap, short. We're gonna invite everybody to come to Karshika. My dear Erkin and Kadin. Erken and Kalin, my dear Mr. and Mrs. Come all to Karshika. We're gonna have a nice after relax in Izmir. Come all and join us and be ready for 2025 in Lisbon.
Just because now they can see you, they can associate the face to the voice and the art and soul of ICSE, Mr. Barnos. Thank you for our invitation. Ready to keep the good work? This year was 2 days, 2 days, so it was massive and intensive work. Thank you very much.
So, see you next year. Now, let's celebrate the success of the Izmir 2024 ICSE conference. Thank you again to all the people that made this possible, our fantastic host, and was tough in some moments, but what really matters is that we come back home, I guess, and I hope with something productive and the ideas and network and good people, more important. Ciao, and see you.
Thank you very much. I kindly invite to the stage all professors, students, Sonat, Julio, and Sonat. Yeah, this is Sonat. Everybody on the stage.